Hello, people of Earth! It's your pal, the Orbital Outcast, Rad Gnarly, coming away with another low-key broadcast. Today is Thursday, and you know what that means. 3 hours of excitement and boardroom drama. The GWA in Fire Pro Wrestling World. But first, I'd like to say hello to everyone in chat or checking us out on VOD. No matter where or when you happen to be in this great big old world of ours, we are happy to have you with us, and we hope the day finds you well. Okay, let's get to the boardroom first and foremost. Pa-pow! There we go. Because we have roster slots to fill. From what I remember last time, we managed to upgrade our gymnasium. Yeah, for sure we did. So we're going to try to keep expenses low this month by just hiring some new talent. Level 3, level 1, level 1. Increases defense. Ooh. Does that help overall, or does that also help with, well, let's do these ones because they're under 5 grand a pop. There we go. Okay, so we spent under 10 grand upgrading a little bit there. Merchandise we'll worry about after. Not going to need to make any photos for one. Alright. Now, human resources. Whoops. Here's where we get to hire somebody. First, let me check my promotional stats. Yeah, I have 17 out of 21 under contract. Got those 2 singles titles on the go. I am the worst in like every category, I think, still. Unless it just shows you your previous year's rank until it, tallies up things at the end of the year, which we are fast approaching. We should actually get the end of year results during this broadcast, which will be fun. Let me check my wrestlers quick. How's everybody doing? There is the Hall of Fame champion Jack Howard, calling it the Hollywood of Fame Championship under his reign. Doing well. Good. Looking pretty green. Normal, still okay. Look at our new Adam Page. Holy crap, this is Adam Page. That's so dope. Okay, Kenny's doing well. So we've done a sweep of our roster, and I sort of went back over the Steam Workshop and tried to get, I don't want to say more realistic, but, you know, in some cases just a different take. Like Dave Mastiff is just a slightly different version. But like an Ilya Dragunov here is like much different. So is Mad Polly. Look at that. A lot more going on there. That's apparently Dragunov's real face. Much like we have Okada and Page now. Where's Kobashi? That's Kobashi's kisser for sure. Alright. So, we got some room to hire somebody. I got a short list because this is the one stream a week that is for sure at least in the back of my mind when I'm off air. The other ones are sort of like in the moment for sure, but this one it's born in there because of the just subject matter and the content of the fact that we're doing behind the scenes stuff involving numbers and doing well. Like, look at that. I'm so happy to, crossing our fingers, we crossed that $1 million asset threshold at the end of the year. Would be great. Have a big party to celebrate with all the crew. Might even take January off, depending on how beat up everybody is at the end of this. Anyway, broker contract, that's within like an organization. I don't want to get any promotional battles yet. We're barely establishing ourselves. Though we do have a pretty good popularity in America yet, it could do us well to like grab onto the coattails of another American promotion. Because we only have that local television, right? We're sort of like ECW at the moment, if that makes sense. But we have an opportunity to increase our roster. So, I have a lot of choices, but Randy Orton at about $1,500 a month. Not going to say no to that, so we're going to see if we can get Randy signed. That was my number one, like scouting around the free agent pools. I was like, I really should take a Latin star to keep things even. But I have the next 4 planned out, one from each area. So if I just make sure to stay within those parameters, I feel okay about plucking from one of the 4 territories, just as long as I make sure to complete the loop, before I start again. All right, they don't hate us. Fancy $1,500 dinner for the Viper. There you go. Okay, this is our first of 3 strikes, and we always start by lowballing them. They're going to say no. It's Randy Orton. I'm assuming, I don't even know if they'll say yes to this. I might have to go for 30 grand for old Randers, but let's see. Randall, how about 7,500 smackaroos for signing? Come on, buddy. my gosh, what a steal. Okay. All right then, that takes care of our first signing of the month. Randy Orton coming in from the good old US of A. Okay, I actually have some secondary picks that I'll now add to the bottom of the list. Boink. From the territories. I'm trying to stick to just the free agent pools. I don't want to futz with anybody's business in terms of like anybody's actual like roster of actual promotion at the moment type of thing. Okay, so Randy Orton is now part of the crew. Not necessarily a fan in real life, but let's see if he adapts to the GWA style, which is very I'm gonna say fast paced, but it's gonna be latter day, like modern day Randy Orton, which is a lot less headlock reliant than I remember. So he can get up and move when he needs to still, so should be okay. Should lead to some interesting matchups, including the one I already have in mind. We already had somebody booked against whoever the new guy was going to be. So welcome aboard. What a name as we're building ours as a promotion. Okay, so everyone can work. I have 18 people on the roster. I'm pretty sure I penciled together a card that features 18 people. I'm gonna try to protect a few people in. Ooh, I'm so tempted. Stay tuned next month. Might be Champion's Choice if there's a end of year title defense for our brilliant devil Thomas Walker. Okay, let's get to a normal match. Just a normal old show. No title matches on this one. We're at the 15,000 seater. This is sort of our new home base. This is what we're comfortably filling like a hockey stadium every month, which would be pretty cool. A pretty cool tour. Okay, starting with our main event is going to be a preview of our double main event at the end of year show. So I want to do our first ever tag match between some heavy duty properties here. So we're going to have the man who pinned the GWA champion, earning himself a title shot, which he'll get next month, Kenta Kobashi, in... Oh, that's wild. Entrance attire is one of his options. That'd be funny if he just wrestled the whole thing in his robe. Okay. Kobashi and our Hall of Fame champion, Hollywood of Fame champion, Hollywood hunk Jack Howard. They're going to team up. I only brought in 500 people, which is wild to me. They're going to team up against the #1 contender to the Hollywood of Fame championship. There's no real feud going for Hollywood hunk Jack Howard, so I'm just choosing Hangman Adam Page based on the look of our newly updated edit. Holy smokes, what a good job. Okay, so as you may have noticed, some of the roster members got a bit of a facelift. Hang on, he is teaming with, and what an interesting choice this is, because competitors were allowed to pick their partner, and he was chosen as the partner of your GWA heavyweight champion. Oh, I didn't know he was 42. Oh dear. All right. I say that because I don't know when people are going to retire in this one. Hey, Drago, what's going on? Yeah, this is only our second week in a row of prime time, so it's nice to have you. So, oh, wow. So by the time we finish building that tag match, I mean, that's 1,200 people. Okay, that's not too bad. Tag matches do not draw as well as singles, that's for sure, but this is trying to be a preview of our next two major singles contests for the two championships. Next time we run a card in the 12th month, so this is our 11th month trying to build that. Okay, so under them I had booked El Tejano Jr. You can wear your, I like it in your funky trunks, so let's put you in your funky ones just cuz. Against Boink Okada. Oof. Long pant Okada. What a wild time that was. Let's go like mid-range gold short Okada. Still not doing great. Alright, we gotta... Alright, so this was going to be, and always was penciled in here as Kenny Omega, who's fresh off his first win, I believe. He beat Mickey Williams last month. I can double check the notes there, but I think that's true. Against our newest signee. Yes, that's right. We don't even have an affiliation for them yet, but they're always on their own. They hear voices in their head. This would actually be a very interesting matchup if Orton was in the mood to, Put a few miles in, so to speak. A lot of running around. Orton Omega in the middle of our card. Now we're getting somewhere. All right, now we're about half full as we booked about half the show. Speaking of, we got some beefy competition right here betwixt these two big bad boys. So let's put Keith Lee on one end of this. Yeah, it gets sweaty under the hot lights here, so he's going to go non-singlet. And our newly updated Drew McIntyre. Look at that. That's pretty good. Whoop. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. And old school Drew McIntyre. Chosen one Drew McIntyre. Let's do the dark ones. Getting pretty good. So about 10,000 full. We got 3 more matches to book. Oh, I also forgot that we're doing TV commercial. What if I pump that down? Ooh, that's dreadful. Well, we're still gonna make 300,000 at least. Plus we can kill it on merch. All right, let's see. Number 3 I had, a second of 2 tag matches. Hot diggity dang. Yeah, we're trying, oops, excuse me. Tag guy says, we're trying to protect, as best we can, Dave Mastiff here, who has taken some time to recover from that that critical a few months ago. But as you can see, as we updated we refreshed the edit itself, he's trimmed up a little bit. So maybe that'll help. Also putting him in a tag match, I hope, protects him a little bit as well, as he only has to work a quarter of a match instead of a half a match. Okay, do you have any... Well, there you go. Show off your time in the gym there, buddy. Dave Mastiff putting work in, trying to work his way up the card. And some tag team matchup. I don't know why, but I just thought Bill Bullock and Dave Mastiff would make a good team. Even though I know Bill Bullock doesn't exist. Ooh, before a D&D sesh. Loving it. Catch up on VOD editing. Oh, I'll be on the lookout for that. That's fun. Are you doing like highlights or just sort of like trimming your live broadcasts? Like just sort of chunking them down into month per month? Just curious. What's going on? Okay, so we got 2 more places to fill. Now we're just using our roster, whomever's left. Not whomever's left, but you know what I mean. We got, actually there's did we not give them an opponent yet? We didn't give them an opponent yet. And their opponents are going to be, let's get over here. What an interesting team this is. Matt Robinson and Ilya Dragunov, who's also been updated there, as you can tell. New face, new moveset. Interesting knee pads. Let's go with that. Okay. Oh, we're going to fill this place for sure. Tag match looking well. Now we can get into our last couple of matches here where we're just putting our hodgepodge together. We're going to do David Houston, Mickey Williams. There, we filled the place without even booking that 7 match, but we're going to do it so we can maybe cut back on the advertising a little bit. Because our opening match warrior, you know him, you love him. The new and improved Mad Polly. I got 4 different Mad Polly costumes. Look at that. That's sort of the original one, like less elaborate. There, I think he's wearing his own Mad Polly t-shirt. Clearly a Halloween variation. Good looking out. And then the new default. Okay, the Polly Buster. Not entirely sure what that looks like. The Polly Buster. Flying body scissors attack. Yeah, heavy DDT. Drag. Oof. New movesets as well. I forgot to take into consideration. So his used to be like some sort of big splash, but I'm pretty sure we'll know the Polly Buster when we see it. His has always been the diving guillotine. So Dragon Rojo Jr. opening us up against Mad Polly. Let's see if we can dim the lights on advertising. That's pretty good. We at least see we're gonna, double our expenses all out of the gate. Plus we've already... Okay, so we're actually losing 3,000. So it's actually about 16.5 are going to be showing up if this holds up. So we'll count on maybe 16,000 showing up. So again, that's more than doubling our expenses. I'm pretty cool with that. Okay. That's what I wanted to set up. I don't think switching people around is going to do any harm. As I said, I'm trying to preview and protect if I can. Preview here. And also seeing if, tag team people get protected. Because Dave Mastiff's still a little banged up. We'll see how it happens, though. Okay. Confirming that match card. We're also trying to get the audience used to the idea of tag team matches, because in year 3 of this organization's existence, I'm going to try to carve out some time, like a whole tournament, to get some tag championships crowned. I might even outsource, I might even invite a team, if there happens to be a good team on the free agent pool I can pull in for an event. Okay, so events done. Management, we need to produce ourselves some merchandise. We're at the 15,000 seater, so I'm comfortable doing 5,000 goods. Yeah, I'm comfortable doing 3,000 t-shirts. I'm comfortable doing 3,000 towels. We don't need photos. Let's do for the kiddos. Let's just do a quick run. Well, let's do 3,000 branded snacks and see if we can blow those out as well. Okay, everything else a little bit too expensive. We're already doing about $250,000 per show in terms of expenditures. Now, again, I know we're going to do quite well on the gate. Hopefully, we're going to do quite well on that merchandise we just produced. Let's save that out. Everyone that we have on the card is under contract, so we don't have any guests. Just updating the broadcast room with the breaks, mostly? Okay. Fair enough. Okie doke. We are ready to proceed with card number 1. Oh, not quite yet. Let me get my big dumb face out the way. Let's do it lazy styles tonight. Boink, boink. Alright. GWA bug is still there. I'm going to save again just because I tabbed away from the screen and then back. Let me check my... Hang on one sec. How are my scouts doing? I got 4 months, 4 months, 6 months, 5 months, 6 months. All right. Yeah, I feel like cycling these characters out like on 6 months tours as they come in with having found talent, I think just helps overall. You know what I mean? Like, it's just helping. I mean, I've got nobody searching Japan at the moment, trying to find more American stars because I'd be familiar with them. Anyway, but just like the faster I can cycle through this, the better. You know what I mean? I like try to generate more and more and more talent into that free agent pool, so I got more people to pluck from. Because as I said, I did a sweep this week, and I have probably, I guess if you looked at it, probably like 10 draft picks overall, taking each territory into consideration. But I'd very much like to see the Latin American and European territories improve. The only kind of caveat with the European territories is they technically also house the Hall of Fame, or not the Hall of Fame, the International Legends promotion. So a lot of international legends end up residing in Europe, let's say, once they become free agents, or get discovered in Europe, even though they could technically come from anywhere in the world. So, you know, that's kind of a loophole that I'm going to use to hire some European talent. At least they're out of the European pool because they'll have the better stats there. Anywho, okay, so just double checking. All the scouts are out. Resources done. Oh, let's do this. Personal advice. Thanks, bud. Let's go trust. Everyone loves me. Everyone loves me. Okay. What advice do you have for title belts? A promotion is only worth its weight in championship belts. Set up cross-promotion title matches and make their treasures ours. The game tells you to steal other promotions' titles. So, that's not me being a bad boy. That's literally what the game advises you. I just found that out today and I was like, aha! I mean, I'm not going to be doing it anymore. The Hall of Fame Championship is from a defunct promotion, and I was like this, trying to get it off Batista, and man, did we ever luck out. I mean, as lucky as you can get, criticaling Batista on the floor outside the ring. Get well soon, Dave. But, you know, got ourselves the title belt, and now we have a secondary championship, a secondary heavyweight championship, which is technically open weight, so all the better. All right, we have booked our first event. We are ready to proceed. Oh yeah, rendering time is always a big pain in the butt. Even if you're just chopping stuff, like even if it's just a straight, I'm just pulling out this section, slide this video and audio right on over, copy the codecs. I don't need that. Just spit it out. It still takes a good long while. Anyway, good on you for sticking with it. Proceed, and so we shall proceed to our November event, building up to a big title match in December. I'm already tickled at the idea of letting the champion pick the stipulations, and as you know, certain stipulations must apply. Ooh, I just spit while I was talking. Must apply. Ooh, I did it again. Apply. Nope, good that time. To the entire event. So we'll see what that ends up meaning as we get set for our first match of the day. It's Thursday night. It's GWA night. We're happy to have you strolling down the gnarly wrestling aisle. And first up, we've got Mad Polly versus Dragon Rojo Jr. Let's get down to the ring. I'm already frothing at the mouth as I take a sip of fizzy lifting drink. As the senior official, Mr. Bigfoot, rings the bell and we are underway. Everybody's been hitting the gym. The new and improved Mad Polly starting things out in their normal opening spot. The opening match warrior, Mad Polly, duking things out with Dragon Rojo Jr. Certainly not a condemnation of Dragon Rojo that they've been quote-unquote demoted to the opening match. It is actually a badge of honor to go one-on-one with Mad Polly and put on a significant showing to get this crowd amped up. Is what you want in your opening match. Quite a coveted position, some would argue. And we can argue with the strength of Dragon Rojo Jr. there as he sends Mad Polly to the floor. Quick to return, though, in these opening minutes. Nice leg sweep there by Dragon Rojo Jr. May have stunned the bigger man into a cover, but a no count from senior official Mr. Bigfoot. And we continue. Similar lack of count on that Thez press from Mad Polly. Going to see some new offense out of the roster today. As we said, we did a refresh. Everyone's been hitting the gym, checking out the new facilities, working on their craft. Like, I mean, that's the kayfabe answer, but nice Cobra twist here. Mad Polly coming off those ropes. Bit more pep in their step as I can see so far. See how that lasts as the matches progress. Mad Polly famous for getting a little gassed out at around the 10-minute mark. Oh, nice. Back into that Thez press. Just sort of smothering Dragon Rojo Jr., but he's able to get out of there at one. Burst of adrenaline when the panic sets in, when you start getting smothered by a man the size of Mad Polly. Dragon Rojo able to escape. Nice suplex there, taking the bigger man over. Another solitary count. As we are 5 minutes deep into this one. Nice shoulder tackle there from Dragon Rojo Jr. Slowing Polly down. That Boston Crab single leg styles. Keeping the offense going with a big headbutt, but cannot execute a big top rope move. Probably looking for that guillotine leg drop. Mad Polly off a solid shot to the face. Gets a 2 count quickly. Dragon Rojo. Yo-ho-ho and a Dragon Rojo able to shake it off at least momentarily. Back to the head goes Mad Polly. Trying to throw Dragon Rojo Jr. off his game. Dragon trying to maintain that offense. Ooh. Here comes Mad Polly with a big lariat. Small package gets a 2 for Dragon Rojo Jr. Polite applause from the crowd as well. He's trying to get behind the smaller of the two competitors in what is technically a battle of baddies. Some of the sour attitudes here. Oh, a begrudging respect for the opening match warrior, Mad Polly, I believe, amongst the crowd. Whoa, impressive power there. Some would say the world's strongest slam out of Dragon Rojo Jr. Oh my gosh, and Mad Polly responds with a vicious lariat, and then another right hook to the face. Back to that twist. Trying to stretch Mad Polly out. Great strategy here. I can't imagine Mad Polly's as flexible as the Dragon Rojo Jr. Goes back to that big slam. Into the pin. Polly out at 2. Big choke slam from Mad Polly there. Now pulling Dragon Rojo Jr. away from the ropes. Back to that slam. If it ain't broke, don't fix it for Dragon Rojo Jr., who can't get to the ropes in time. Nice super kick there. Oh, may have done the likes of Polly. Polly out at 2, though. Polly wants more battling.
10 minutes gone.
As we pass the 10-minute mark here. Things are certainly heating up. In this, our opening contest of the evening. Should be able to bring 2 months worth of shows for you. At least for now. Nice drop kick there. Settles that strike battle in the favor of Dragon Rojo Jr. But you can see the toll the battle is already taking out of both men. As both are now missing wildly with shots there. Oh, Rojo able to connect with a super kick, waiting for Polly to stand. Nice body splash, springboard style. Now with the go behind. Plants Polly, but unable to follow up right away. Gets flipped inside out with a lariat. Now Mad Polly has a chance to catch his breath. Boom. Clapjacked. Oh, and a shot to the back of the neck fat of Mad Polly fells the big man. Ulf, who tries to throw Dragon Rojo Jr. out of the ring with a released German, but can't quite get the power on it. Now he does with the body slam and falls him to the floor, where, as you know, there are no countouts or disqualifications outside the Gnarly Wrestling Aisle ring. Oof, back and forth they go. Mad Polly thrown all the way across. At no point could he help himself. Had to run all the way across to the opposite guardrail. Such was the velocity of the attack of Dragon Rojo Jr. And so the fight continues now in a new corner. And when you find yourself in the corner, perhaps needing a 64-pack of paper towels or a new 3-pack of microwaves, why don't you go check out Jumbo Mart for all your household needs. Proud partner of the GWA. Oh, big lariat to the back of the head. As we now return the action to the ring, Mad Polly wailing away. Dragon Rojo Jr. once again able to thwart Mad Polly's size. Gets up top, big double stomp to the keister. Rolls Mad Polly over 1, 2, 3. Dragon Rojo Jr. able to outlast Mad Polly in your opening contest. Wink. Let's see how that went. What'd you think, crowd? Crowd says hez yeah. Okay. Happy with that. I was not expecting that high a response. I will take it. Super diving foot stomp. Just drove the air out of him like a whoopee cushion, and then folded him over for the pin. All right, now a battle of GWA originals, and I mean that, and that these are solely fictional wrestlers. yeah, you never had that 3-pack of microwaves down at the Jumbo Mart? What a steal. $120, you get 3 microwaves, because you know they break within 2 years anyway, right? It's the decade of microwave guarantee. Okay, best way to do is just give you 3 of them. Boink. 1 for every room in the house. All right, as I was saying, Hell Knight Mickey Williams, the Anti-Gravity Kid, David Houston. You can see David Houston immediately outclassing Mickey Williams wrestling-wise, so Mickey Williams immediately going for weaponry. Oh, and now I think that may have been a little low there, ref. And then hits his finish. Mickey Williams never wasting time trying to brutalize his opponents. David Houston, one of the flashier and, let's say, classier wrestlers here in the GWA, having to deal with the likes of the Hell Knight. I do not envy the Anti-Gravity Kid in this one. The shot to the ding-dong there. You could hear it from back here. Back to the fork. Certainly not a piece of apparatus you would find at King's Place Sports for all your sporting goods needs. Oh, and if we forced our wrestlers to wear mouth guards, Mickey Williams wouldn't be able to bite the forehead of his opponents as he's just done to David Houston, who is now lacerated. Oh, nice rollover into the backslide, but unfortunately, far too early in the contest to catch the Hell Knight napping. He has smelled blood quite literally as he's busted open his opponent here quite early. And you know he's going to capitalize on that for the remainder of the contest if he is able to. David Houston, more so than ever, more so than even entering the match one-on-one at the opening bell, needs to stick and move in this contest. So you see him there attempting a submission move. I don't know if that's the strategy you quite want to go with Mickey Williams. Get in, get out. If he can get his hands on you, he can run a weapon across your face. That's all I'm saying. If he can get close to you, he can run a blade across your forehead. Can Mickey Williams. See how David Houston is able to contend now. As we are only 5 minutes gone, but as we've said, David Houston was busted open pretty early and has now suffered a couple of uppercuts to the mommy daddy button. Oh, and now another side to the forehead, almost into the eye socket. Ref powerless to do anything to stop it, as there was a 5 count for weapon usage in the ring. We didn't write the rule books, we just have to enforce them. And somehow we are powerless to change them. Fighting away again. He has a 5 count to release this as well, but the hungrier Mickey Williams is, the longer he will gnaw on that flesh. It has been all hell night since opening David Houston wide open. You can see the anti-gravity kid trying to fight back, but every time even a glimmer of hope, straight back to the weapon usage from the Hell Knight Mickey Williams. Former #1 contender to the GWA Championship, and I almost choke on my words when I say it. The disrespect he brings to the GWA ring each and every time he sets out here. Trying to be a classy wrestling organization. That's why we hired the best ref we could find, the Sasquatch. Partnering with only the best sponsors. Got a character like Mickey Williams here, taking advantage of our rule set. You can't get disqualified for the shots to the ding-dong. Now a Cobra Clutch, and that is it. David Houston standing little to no chance once he was busted open. And ref, get in there and get him to break that hold, would you? Come on now. Satisfactory. Satisfactory action. For David Houston and Mickey Williams there. As 80 or higher is a thumbs up from the crowd. Okay. Ooh, coming up next, we have the first tag team match in GWA's second generation's history, I believe. Yeah, this is going to be the first non-singles contest. Well, you know, excluding that dark match that didn't technically count. Way back when, before we even started to venture into the second year. Okay. Before I jump the gun, let's get to the actual screen for it. Doink, 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 doink. Yeah, there you see Matt Robinson teaming with Ilya Dragunov, the new and improved Ilya Dragunov. That was another one of our edits we were able to do a second pass to, against Bill Bullock and Dave Mastiff. Likewise, Dave Mastiff will have a slightly different look than you've seen at this point. Let's see how they wrestle so far. So far, Mad Polly performed quite well. Let's see how these two newly focused GWA roster members take to the ring here. You see the two OGs, the two fictional fighters, Matt Robinson and Bill Bullock, starting us off. You can see Dave Mastiff looking slim and trim, really taking advantage of his injury time to get himself in great shape to get back to active competition here as Dave Mastiff in the red corner there. Convict Bill Bullock sending the Divine Matt Robinson off the ropes, but the Divine one able to counter and attempting the Divine intervention, but thwarted by Bill Bullock likewise. Oh, big boot from the Convict. As Matt Robinson, thinking better of things, goes all the way back to his corner. Now is our first look at the new and or improved Ilya Dragunov. Losing a quick test of strength to the Convict Bill Bullock. As we said, taking full advantage of the new facilities that the GWA is set up. Access to our... Oh my gosh, nice short arm lariat there from Dragunov. Sends Bill Bullock scurrying to his corner to tag in Dave Mastiff. Oh, big chop in the corner there. Dragunov, it seemed, just took a moment to get warmed up, and away we go. Oh, this will help. Oh! What a chop across the chest each and every time. Taking it out of Dragunov, but able to defeat Mastiff in that strike battle and get the Divine One, Matt Robinson, tagged back into the matchup. So far, some pretty quick tags out of Robinson and Dragunov. Pretty impressive here. Generally, tag matches break down into two singles contests, and you try to keep your preferred singles matchup in the ring at all times, depending on the team. It looks like Dragunov and Robinson so far looking to do equal share of the load, as we are close to 5 minutes gone in this contest, as you just heard. Oh my! Impressive power there from Mastiff, sending Robinson to the floor so he can get that tag in quickly. I don't know if Robinson's aware of it. He is now. Another thwarted attempt at the divine intervention, and back to the leg goes Bill Bullock. Interesting strategy there. You know, the kicks of Matt Robinson, legendary, led him, or helped lead him to the GWA Championship. Nice slam there from Dragunov, pulling. Wow, Bullock all the way back to his feet and then whipping him. What is going on? Death Valley Driver in the corner. Dragunov. What an improved moveset we're already seeing. Nice delay on that suplex. I was getting over the fact that he pulled him back to his feet immediately into an Irish whip into the corner. Oh my gosh! Runs into the knee. Action almost too fast to cover now from Ilya Dragunov. Though I love to see it. Holy Moses. Dragunov, after showing off there, tagging back in to Matt Robinson. Perhaps their team is going to be based out on anything you can do, I can do better scenario. Let's see what Robinson can do against Mastiff here. Ah, yes, the infamous dark match swap. We kind of corrected things as we got Bob Backlund in as a guest last week. Now that he's a contracted NOAH superstar. So we kind of made right to old Bob. Mind you, we were sort of scouting Keith Lee in the matchup, but that's okay. Oh my God! Backdrop driver from Dave Mastiff now hooks him into a regal stretch. The competition getting fiercer and fiercer. Whoa, speaking of, eats a jumping knee, does Mastiff, but Dragunov, undeterred, with a beautiful enziguri that hooks the leg, but only one, as we crest the 10-minute mark in this one. Goodness gracious me. Perhaps they're aware of the historical significance of this being the first tag team contest in the history of the promotion. I guess Bill Bullock wasn't aware as he left his partner out to dry there on that Boston Crab for Matt Robinson, but goodness gracious. At least 3 of the 4 competitors came to fight today. I don't know about the convict. If Mastiff can get back there quickly, I think we're going to see him. Dragunov with those punishing chops to the chest. Almost taking everything out of Dragunov himself to down Mastiff with such force. And then snaps off another enziguri. Leg trip. Oh, Rampage Brown style powerbomb. Like an MMA counter. More vicious chops out of Dragunov, who quickly tags in Robinson. Looks like they want a Robinson-Bullock matchup. Mind you, Robinson's been in there with both competitors, I think, so far. No, they're still trading. Oh, standing Spanish fly from Bullock into a mounted, punch to the face. Oh, running knee by Dragunov. Not to be outdone. There comes one from Matt Robinson. But Bullock back to his feet quickly. Hook kick sends him to the mat. Dragunov is legal. Oof, bit of mistimed action there. Neither men worse the wear for it, though. Looks like Bullock looking to take advantage. Smartly setting Dragunov into his own corner. Trying to pin him down there. Oh! Shades of Kobashi, who we're going to see in our main event and the other tag match on the card. Nice strike combination. Lots of work to the head and neck here from Ilya Dragunov, including that devastating lariat. 2 in a row now. Waiting for a third, perhaps. Once off of each rope. Well, 3 of the 4. Now he tags in Robinson. Oh, absorbs a poke to the eye so that Robinson can get that spin kick off to the back of Bill Bullock's head. If that had been timed poorly, the momentum of that spin kick to the back of Bullock's head would have driven his fingers through the eye sockets of Matt Robinson. Dangerous teamwork, but it paid off. Nice butterfly suplex from Mastiff, putting everything he has into most of his moves here. You can hear the effort from the big man. The battle raging dwarf in there. Oh, nice. Discus chop from Dragunov, who already impressed in his previous matchups, earning himself a contract here, and has now turned it up to 11. Oh, go behind, into a lariat, hooks the leg, almost puts Mastiff down. Meanwhile, a Phoenix Plex to Matt Robinson. And a nice backdrop suplex. He set him up for something. There's his torpedo. Headbutt into the cover, but wrong part of town. Bill Bullock saving the matchup, and we are still underway, heading towards 20 minutes, and Dragunov, a house of fire with these chops. Hook kick to Dave Mastiff. If only their chests got all like red and stuff, his would be beat. In comes Bullock now. Robinson again making another quick tag. This is going to play well. Robinson letting Dragunov fight himself out of that predicament. Interesting. Perhaps trying to capitalize on the adrenaline of the recent performance of Dragunov here. It is a team effort after all. See Bullock there having to rake the eyes. Now Matt Robinson, nicely done, holding Bullock for his partner to absorb that beautiful discus lariat. Now Bullock just grabbing a headlock and trying to force his way back to his corner. Wisely tagging in Mastiff there. Thought better of some high-risk offense and just got his partner tagged into the matchup here. Oh my gosh, Dragunov with another vicious chop. Tags Robinson in. Robinson and Mastiff. Mastiff working hard with those sentons, but gets set up for the divine intervention. Robinson rolls him over into the cover one. Bill Bullock there to break things up. This is the first time GWA competitors in this generation are having to deal with the fact that there is cut play. By that I mean that your partner can come in to save the matchup for you if you're being pinned or in a submission hold. A lot more thought has to come into ring positioning from now on. There are tag matches in the GWA universe. Off the ropes comes Mastiff. Big running senton splash. Dragunov back to those chops. Mastiff with a flurry of European uppercuts there. Oh, misses a big clothesline though. Dragunov sends him off the ropes. Blocks the backhand chop, gets Bullock tagged in. What do we got here? Magic Killer. Dragunov thinking better of things, gets Robinson tagged in. Bullock says he's got something in mind that's going to put Robinson down and out. Bang, bang, baby. Getting him set up in the middle of the ring. A simple single leg Boston Crab, just trying to tap the man out. Forcing Dragunov to make the save. Divine Matt Robinson fending Bill Bullock off. He is in the red corner though. Gotta watch himself here. Off the ropes he comes. Nice knee to the chest after a pair of clotheslines from the former GWA champion. Bullock able to tag Mastiff back in. And he eats a second divine intervention. Robinson rolls him over. 1, 2. This time Bullock breaks things up at 2. Again, ring positioning coming into play there. You saw he was at the midpoint of the ring, right on that Burning Hammer logo. Speaking of the burning, the neck fusion that Matt Robinson might have to go through later in life is not going to feel nice thanks to those repeated backdrop drivers. Now Matt Robinson getting a little time and space for himself, or at least he thought, by sending Mastiff to the floor, but that just allowed Bill Bullock to come in and deliver a series of headbutts. Robinson in a bit of trouble here. Able to get free though, and in comes Dragunov. Oh! Butterfly into the backbreaker. Flips him up into the Boston Crab. Does Dragunov able to tap out Dave Mastiff at the 29-minute mark. Just grabbed a strong submission and did not let go until Mastiff was forced to tap. What a contest. Dragunov picking up the victory for his team. What'd you think, everybody? 89%? That's not too shabby. That's not too shabby. I hope, for whatever reason, it helped people get less hurt in that matchup. Even though, you know, technically they worked a quarter of the matchup, but that kind of made the matchup longer because there was cut play involved and stuff like that. Anyway, nuts to that. Two big meaty boys slapping meat in our next contest. Drew McIntyre, who as you're going to be able to tell, has been hitting the new GWA gym. It's going on against Keith Lee, who had already been through the process before I hired them. Kind of one of the inspirations for, like, one of the edits that I found that I was like, huh, that's Keith Lee's actual face. Let's see what else we can find that they've done that for. And here is Drew McIntyre. Looking a lot more like himself. Big chop sending Keith Lee to the floor here. By the floor, I mean the mat. Oh, nice punch there from Lee. Oh yeah, I also changed that one move of Keith Lee's where it was sort of invisible that he was splashing them. I turned it into something else that was more obvious. Big body slam by Lee. I feel like this was an Evolve or something. Was this match an Evolve or Pro Wrestling Gorilla? Oof. Spinebuster variation there from Lee. Working up to his heavier offense there. You see a nice delayed suplex. Oof, immediately into the overhead belly to belly. I was going to make the comment that Keith Lee and Drew McIntyre are both able to normally hit their better moves on their opponents right away, but the size of these two gentlemen would make things difficult. So it seems that belly to belly has lit a fire under Drew McIntyre here, trying to fight his way back to an even keel with Keith Lee, setting him off the ropes. Big clothesline there from the Scottish psychopath, Drew McIntyre. Oh, missing the headbutt. Keith Lee just bowling him over. Sends him off the ropes now. His turn to get bowled over by Drew McIntyre. Setting him up in the corner, but Keith Lee quickly getting out of that predicament. Yeah, it was Evolve, all right. One of the 20 places he rebuilt. Yeah, like when, you know, they do tours. They do tours. Back when Impact was a bigger deal, they just would have left and they just would have landed in Impact for like 18 months, 2 years, and then come back. Claymore kick at the 5-minute mark, but Keith Lee pops right back up. Plenty of fight left. Oh, in Limitless Keith Lee. Big discus forearm there. Drops Drew McIntyre. You can see the urgency in Keith Lee, though, after being hit with that Claymore the first time. Trying to sway the offense to his side. Moves like that are going to help. Huge belly to belly, this time toward the center of the ring. And now just bodily throwing him by the ears, it looks like. Oh, turning variation. I thought he was going to pitch him off over the ropes again. Drew McIntyre's turn to show his impressive strength. Throwing Keith Lee back into the center of the ring. Just trading belly-to-belly variations back and forth now. Another one from Keith Lee. Whoa, throwing German flips Drew McIntyre over. But he's able to recover and hit a buckle bomb on Keith Lee. Nothing soft about the offense of either gentleman here, but it takes a lot out of you. As you can see, Keith Lee having to catch his breath. We're not even 10 minutes deep into this one. Throwing the heavy leather are both gentlemen. Speaking of the heavy leather, again, just grabbing him by the face. Oh, headbutt. Drew's got something in mind. It's a forearm to the mush. Simple but effective. Follows it up with the clothesline. Gonna try to set him up for that Claymore again, I would assume. Keith Lee looking for that Spirit Bomb or the Big Black Catastrophe. Or excuse me, the Big the Big Bang Catastrophe. Pardon me. Spirit Bomb. Into the cover, 2, and no! McIntyre just gets the shoulder up. Straight into the Big Bang Catastrophe. 2, 3. The combination of finishing moves, one after the other from Keith Lee, puts away Drew McIntyre. All right, Keith Lee. I believe Drew McIntyre is still winless. Meanwhile, Keith Lee doing all right for himself. Oh dear, that's going to cause some bruised feelings, I am sure. All right, ooh, time for the new guy to prove himself. Yeah, the Big Bang Catastrophe. Oh, that must be his actual finish then, if it's named. Sorry, I almost, gave away the goat there, because, obviously, Big Bang Catastrophe is, the acronym, of course, is a parody of the other acronym for, Anyway, Kenny Omega, 1 win on their record in the GWA ring, putting him in there with the new guy that we just hired. Some kid called Randy Orton? I don't know. Let's see if he's okay. I don't even know if he has ties with the business. I kid! It's third-generation superstar Randall Orton! Half his moveset is probably RKOs. Let's do this. That match you didn't even know you wanted to see. Oh yeah, look it! It's got his stupid skulls and everything. Hilarious. Kind of looks like Connect the Dots, though. Without the... Needs a little more shading, I would think. Haha, he looks so silly. Anyway. Whoop. Kenny Omega, a little more established in the GWA rankings, but as we said, just the single win on their record. Some impressive performances, though. And Randy Orton was going to want to impress in his first time in a GWA ring, stepping in front of his new fans and detractors for the first time. A lot on the line in this one, as there usually is, each and every time the GWA puts on an event. Omega setting Orton up into the corner there. Nope, but Orton escapes before any real damage done. Now the two gentlemen slugging it out. Orton getting the better of that. But Omega perhaps luring him back into that corner. Nope, now Omega center the floor and it's Orton's turn to catch his breath. Randy Orton definitely favors controlling the pace of their matchups, and that pace is methodical to say the least. Springs like a trap, does Randy Orton, lulls you in by slowing you down, and then can hit that RKO in virtually no time at all. Out of nowhere, it would seem. You can see him now. Oh, both men very cautious of the other. Playing quite defensively so far in the opening 5 minutes of the contest, for my estimation here. Yeah, see? Neither allowing that corner movement to start with. Nice DDT there from Orton, the biggest move of the match so far. Orton hammering away. Nicely done there by the savvy ring vet, Randy Orton. Once again, just trying to slow Kenny Omega down, keep him off his game, keep him discombobulated. And in an effort to snap off that RKO, lucky for Omega, he's able to evade and hit that Asai moonsault. Quick 2 count on Randy Orton. Oh no! Who's then flung into the senior official, Mr. Bigfoot here. As Kenny Omega starting to take advantage offensively. Don't worry, Mr. Bigfoot will be all right. V-trigger to the side of the head of Randy Orton, but he's able to get right back up. Angle slam to Kenny Omega. Deep into the bag of the Randy Orton playbook. Oh dear. Double underhook pile driver. 2. Orton out at 2. RKO! Out of nowhere into the cover. 1, 2. Kenny Omega kicks it 2. Oh, 2 Looks good, especially on the pose. Nicely done. A little skeptical of the face and just the, oh dear, hang on, one winged angel to Randy Orton, 2, no! Randy Orton kicks out of the one winged angel. For the first time in GWA, somebody's kicked out. Oh gosh. But now that they're on the floor, Orton can wail away with that chair with no repercussions. No countouts or DQs. Oh, and no Sir Caesar. Oh gosh, very little padding as well. That cross-legged brainbuster from Kenny Omega. No surcease to the agony of one Randy Orton, is what I was trying to say. Gave up in the sentence midway through. Oh, stomping away was Randy Orton there. And an RKO on the floor.
Ooh, woo.
Hey, what's going on? Nice to see ya. Hope you're having a good day. Oh dear. You just in time for Kenny Omega versus Randy Orton. Going tooth and nail out on the floor. Kenny Omega rolling back inside to catch his breath. Randy Orton quick to follow. Sending Omega into the corner. Up to the top rope here. What's going on? Omega counters. Super bomb into the pin. 2, 3. Kenny Omega with a top rope power bomb. Puts down Randy Orton.
Goodbye and good night. Bang!
Exactly. Goodbye and good night, Randy. And the tradition of new signees losing their debut match continues. But what a debut for Orton. A banger of a debut match. My word, that was a top rope super bomb into a jackknife cover, all in one smooth motion. I am very surprised that the impact didn't cause Randy Orton to like puke directly into the face of Kenny Omega during any part of that exchange. My word. All right, Drago, thanks for hanging out, buddy. Have fun during D&D. Let's see how fun it's going to be for Okada and El Tejano Jr. in our semi-main event here. Big singles contest. Let's get down to the ring immediately and see how this goes. El Tejano, one of the first signees here in the GWA. Kazuchika Okada, newer on the roster, haven't quite established themselves. Certainly not the same amount of wins as an El Tejano Jr. Let's see what each can bring out of the other in this contest, as the object is usually not only to defeat your opponent, but to attempt to entertain in the process. This is the sort of accepted cat out of the bag explanation of pro wrestling since kayfabe died. Gentlemen out on the floor now where there are no countouts or disqualifications. Relatively early going in this one, so if they're able to get things back under control and back into the ring, it shouldn't be too much lasting damage. Oof. A real thick thud there as El Tejano Jr. was whipped into that guardrail. Action continuing on the floor here. Oof. Back and forth they go, trading suplexes. El Tejano Jr. smartly rolling back into the ring there. The only place he can win the match. Okada backing up. Big back elbow there. Getting the ire up of El Tejano. Two men are slugging it out now, and Okada getting the better of that. Let's see if he can capitalize. Sending Tejano back into the corner. Another big jumping back elbow. Nice height on that elbow. Oh, spins him into a tombstone. At the 5-minute mark from Okada, but too close to the ropes on the pin attempt. Broken up immediately. And it's Tejano now, surprisingly, with the advantage, at least momentarily. Oh, The one-legged pancake there. Shades of the rated Superstar Edge, or rated R Superstar Edge. Oh my gosh. Tejano with a vicious triple powerbomb release combo. Hooks the leg deep on the cover. Almost puts Okada down just like that. My word, the power on display there from El Tejano Jr. STO variation from Okada buys him some time to get back into this one. Nice drop kick to the small of the back of El Tejano. Who appeals to the crowd. I think El Tejano Jr. thinks he's a babyface, but his performance in matches would indicate to me that he's the bad guy. But the villains always think they're the heroes. Rolls up Okada, almost puts him away again. Rainmaker looking like a light drizzle at the moment. Oh, hang on. Across the knee goes El Tejano Jr. Oh, setting up for the Rainmaker there was Kazuchika Okada, but El Tejano Jr. able to fend him off. Nice backdrop suplex there to Okada. By Tejano. Scoops him up for an air raid crash. Into the cover. 1, 2. Okada out at 2. Go behind. Rainmaker. Rolls Tejano over. 1, 2. No. El Tejano Jr. kicks out of the Rainmaker. And this fight continues. Tries another powerbomb on Okada, but he's having none of it. Tries to get him in position for another Rainmaker, but El Tejano Jr. fends him off. Nicely done. Fireman's carry into the suplex there from Okada, but he's up and dazed. Tejano Jr. taking advantage. Sends Okada into the corner. Chopping away at the chest of the Rainmaker. Crowd loving it. Maybe he is a babyface. Working the midsection now. Oh, low angle on that German. Way too close to the ropes. El Tejano Jr. able to grab the bottom one. And we fight on here. Okada countering. Laying Tejano Jr. down with that DDT. Snap suplex there. Okada going up top. Big elbow drop at the pin attempt, but again, too close to the ropes. And El Tejano Jr. now sends the action to the floor. This is where the match started. Okada now gasping for air, you can tell. Oh dear, spinning tombstone on the ground. Now he just rolls El Tejano Jr. around. Rainmaker on the floor. Another spinning tombstone. Okada going wild now. Drops him with another DDT. Doing a lot of damage to El Tejano Jr. on the floor, but you cannot win the match out there. Rainmaker, third of the contest. Absorbed by El Tejano Jr., who escapes to the sanctity of the ring. But unfortunately for him, that's where you win or lose. Air raid crash by El Tejano Jr. into the cover. 1, 2, no! Okada out! Softening up once more. Perhaps another Rainmaker in the future of El Tejano Jr. Drops him with that fireman's carry suplex. Okada pulling away from the ropes. Sliding drop kick to the face. Calls for the Rainmaker. El Tejano Jr. counters. Another triple bomb combo. Into the pin. 1, 2. No. Okada out at a strong 2. Drops him with a big boot. Okada up top. Diving elbow into the cover. 1, 2. No. El Tejano out. Another air raid crash. 1, 2. Okada just rolls the shoulder. Tejano again sends things to the floor as we approach 20 minutes, and oh my gosh, another triple bomb to Okada. Wailing away is the Rainmaker. Trying to get back into this contest. Black hole slam by El Tejano Jr. This thing's getting personal. As we approach the 20-minute mark, nice snap suplex there by Okada. Gives him the chance to catch his breath, at least for a moment. Tejano now back to the center of the ring to catch his breath and reset at about the 19-minute mark. Okada dropping him with a straight right. Oh, going for the Rainmaker immediately, but thwarted by El Tejano Jr. looking for his chance, but no. Gets dropped by a DDT from Okada. Fireman's carry. El Tejano's got something in mind. Off the ropes. Huge lariat. Drops Kazuchika Okada. The two men slugging it out now. Big move from Tejano. Off the ropes he comes. Drops the elbow. Okada pops up. Okada off the ropes now. European uppercut to the back of the head. Brass knocks the power of the punch to Okada into the cover. No, not this way. And Okada kicks at 2.9. That's why he's a heel. Got that brass knucks attack. Oh, some mistiming off the ropes and both men are down. Okada up first. Drops Tejano with another DDT. Over 20 minutes gone in this one. Spinning tombstone by Okada. Catching its breath. Perhaps allowing Tejano to stand. That could be a mistake. Big black hole slam. A cover on Okada. 2, 3. El Tejano Jr. does it. That last black hole slam, a bridge too far for the Rainmaker. El Tejano Jr. reigns on his parade and picks up the victory. I'll take 95. I'll take 95. Okay, that is your semi-main event. In our first show at any rate. Boink. Spinning Scrap Buster, they call it. The Scrap Buster, of course, being the Boss Man Slam. Okay. In your main event, a preview of the double main event at the end of the year's show, when we're going to have both of our singles titles on the line. The #1 contender to the GWA Championship, Kenta Kobashi, is teaming up with the Hollywood of Fame champion, Hollywood hunk Jack Howard, to take on the #1 contender to that Hall of Fame championship, that Hollywood hunk calls the Hollywood of Fame championship. The #1 contender, Hangman Adam Page, is teaming up with the GWA heavyweight champion, Thomas Walker. Okay, let's get down to the ring after that lengthy explanation of what got us here. Champion and challenger on each side, starting with the challengers in the ring, Kobashi and Page, challenging for the GWA and Hall of Fame championships, respectively, at our December show. Kobashi sending Page off the ropes, Hangman blocking it. Gotta say, real nice work done by whomever, I think it's K Radiation was the user that I found on Steam Workshop that has sort of done a second pass to a number of the Avenger 3 edits to add, I don't even know if they're making the edit parts or the custom moves, but they're sort of, you know, what's the curating? I was going to say, what's the museum term? Curating the best aspects across the Steam Workshop and sort of like implementing them into one edit. And I got to say, looking good so far. At least visually, I can tell that that is Hangman Adam Page and that is Kenta Kobashi 100%. As now we see the two champions in the ring, the Hall of Fame champion Jack Howard winning that title by defeating the Animal Batista earlier this year against the GWA champion, the Brilliant Devil Thomas Walker. The second GWA champion in our history. He defeated the Divine Matt Robinson, our inaugural champion. Thomas Walker, no slouch, of course, handily winning the GWA Championship Series by going a perfect 7-0. The only wrestler to do that. Mind you, they cheated their way through most of those matchups. But I cannot, again, argue with the success as they are our current champion. Your GWA Heavyweight Champion, the Brilliant Devil. Thomas Walker currently on the apron. His tag team partner, hand-selected by the champion. That's not true. He's just the #1 contender for the other belt. Anyway, Hangman Adam Page in there. Partner of Thomas Walker for this evening and this evening only. Likewise, I don't know if Kenta Kobashi and Jack Howard are going to be exchanging Christmas cards at the end of this one. They are teamed tonight, each with a very unique opportunity coming up at our December show, the big year-end show. Rumor has it that the brilliant devil Thomas Walker has somehow manipulated his way to being in charge of the stipulations for that December event, and it is going to be rather unique in the annals of the GWA. Last year, we ended the year by having that big tournament to crown our inaugural champion, and this year, it could be the champion's choice in how we go out. Look at the action, hot and heavy here, as you see Jack Howard and Adam Page paired off, much like Kobashi and Walker. This is a preview of the matchups next month, as we're talking about our big December event. The two championship matchups going hot and heavy on the floor. Big TKO to Hangman Adam Page from Jack Howard. Thomas Walker and Kobashi going at it pretty. Oh my gosh, rating spike to Hangman Adam Page. Just caught that out of the corner of my eye. I don't know who the league competitors are here. Good thing Mr. Bigfoot, as you can see, is patched up. Good thing they're aware. Kobashi and Page it was. Goodness gracious me. Jack Howard was doing a number on Adam Page on the floor there. Adam Page scrambling to the corner to get Thomas Walker involved in this. What will be left of either of these combinations for our big December event? Maybe should have taken that into consideration. As you see, Jack Howard content to slow things down with a quick headlock. That your champion, mind you, they're both champions, your GWA champion avoids. Pin attempt there, forcing Adam Page into the ring to break that up. Couldn't take the chance that Jack Howard would score a quick one there at the 10-minute mark. Going up. Fist drop to the ding-a-ling. Classic Hollywood hunk offense there, going back to that headlock. And once again, Hangman Adam Page inserting himself into this matchup to save things for his partner. Whether or not he personally gets along with Thomas Walker is irrelevant. He's going to be a good partner for the sake of the matchup and his share of the winner's purse. Oh, rake of the eyes. But Thomas Walker distracted. Oh, able to slip out. Kobashi thought he had him. Oh, geez. Turns things around. Kobashi thought he had Thomas Walker distracted. Walker getting the upper hand before tagging out to Adam Page, who hits a beautiful suplex on Jack Howard. Meanwhile, Kobashi was getting worked over by Thomas Walker. Excellent tag team work out of Page and Walker as well. All four highly touted professional wrestlers. Huge brainbuster to Adam Page there. Jack Howard continuing the onslaught, Meanwhile, in the ring again, another rating spike to Adam Page on the floor. Jack Howard looking to take his competition out before the December event. I hope they survive. Everyone was pretty good, in pretty good shape, with the exception of Dave Mastiff going into this event. Everyone was in the green. I'm okay if they're yellow. I don't want any oranges or reds at the end of this event. As you see, Hangman Adam Page putting some work in on Kenta Kobashi before Kobashi retreats to his corner. We got fresh tags on both sides now. And it's now champion versus champion once more. Jack Howard being held by Thomas Walker, so Hangman Adam Page can hit that rolling forearm. Ushigoroshi by Thomas Walker into the cover. Gets a two before Kobashi breaks it up. And then Page able to thwart both men. Fights off that double team, does the Hangman. Not looking so good for Thomas Walker at the moment, though. Nicely done. Recovers with that neckbreaker variation. Drops him with the pay dirt. Able to get the tag in to Adam Page, champion and challenger in the ring now. We'll see this matchup for the Hall of Fame Championship at our December event. We're going to scrape what's left of both of these competitors off the mat and get him in the ring for that big matchup. Jack Howard playing mind games with Adam Page by doing a lot of his damage on the floor and then tagging out to Kenta Kobashi. Oh, Page doesn't care. He just wants to fight somebody. As he turns Kenta Kobashi inside out with a huge lariat. A second one there from the Cowboy. Oh! Kenta Kobashi putting in work. Burning lariat to Page. But Thomas Walker in to save the matchup for his team. Released German by the Hangman. Scoops him up. Ushigoroshi by Hangman Adam Page. Very popular move these days, it seems. Tag out to Walker, who rolls him up and almost gets the pin before your Hollywood Hunk Jack Howard really realized what happened. Just physically throwing Thomas Walker into his partner now. Someone in disgust from the Hollywood Hunk there. Not too impressed with his partner, Kenta Kobashi. Okay, burning lariat from Kobashi drops Walker, who does the smart thing and tags out to Howard. Walker blocks the pop-up powerbomb off the ropes. Diving European uppercut across the brow. Short arm clothesline, driving fist drop to the ding-a-ling of your GWA champion. 2 in a row from the Hollywood Hunk. Difficult to position a man down there in the southern quadrant. Tries to drop the elbow to the ding-dong. But Thomas Walker signals for the 450 splash. The devil is in the details is what he calls that. Oh, huge lariat from Jack Howard. We are 20 minutes plus in this your main event. Hangman Adam Page back in there with the Hollywood Hunk. Hall of Fame Championship on the line next month. Pride and a psychological advantage on the line in this month. Nice double team powerbomb by Kobashi and Howard. Kobashi is going to be challenging for the GWA Championship, and he better watch his back because here comes Thomas Walker. Kind of saved Kobashi there. Roll-ups being ineffective on the floor. Everything else is fair game. Nice double suplex to Kenta Kobashi. As you can see, Thomas Walker grabs a chair. No DQs or countouts on the floor. This thing is breaking down. Another double powerbomb, this time to Thomas Walker. Oh, and a burning lariat to your champion. Back and forth both these teams go. Double suplex there to Jack Howard. Burning hammer on the floor. Kenta rolls back in. Another rating spike on the floor to Adam Page. Third of the matchup. Jack Howard, as we said, doing the majority of his damage to Hangman Adam Page on the floor. Meanwhile, the 0-3-16 out of nowhere. Good gracious me. Kenta Kobashi immediately tagging out, but leaving Hangman Adam Page with something to remember him by, a huge brainbuster. But oh, sneakily, Page had tagged out. We're back to champion on champion action. Jack Howard signaling for the rating spike. Looking at position. Thomas Walker just right, but Walker grabs a headlock and gets him set up in the red corner. Rolls him up. 1, 2, 3. Your GWA champion rolls up the Hall of Fame champion. And Kenta Kobashi does not make the save in time. That's actually probably the best way that could have ended. Okay, ooh, so that's the one champion establishing themselves over the other champion. Darn right it was 100%. Didn't look like neither of the contenders looked weak, but we established one champion over the other, you know what I mean? So that makes perfect sense to me. Okay. All right. Also a real good way to go out. Half hour, 5-star main event. 92% average card rating over. We're putting on the best in-ring product probably in the world. Yeah, 16.5. Love it. Okay. Sure. Penelope Ford and one of the Knicks. Uh-huh. Tony Nese and someone Stone. Robert Stone, maybe? Ben K is the new Dragon Gate Junior champion. That I can follow. Rich Swan is the Impact Junior champion. I guess that's X Division. Oh, we're in business mode, so I can come back on screen. There we go. Business mode. Woo, we made 300 grand. Heck yeah. All right, let's take a look. How did we do? Looks like we blew out most of our stuff. $20 at attendance. Decent. Like we have, you know, like $1,100 in sponsorship and broadcast rights. Venue 120 average, like 150 if we can double that every time, attendance wise. Like just getting, where is it? Yeah, ticket price $20 times 16,532. So that's a ton. Okay. That's a good chunk of change. Nothing of note happened? That's disappointing, to be quite honest. All right, let's take a look at how everybody's doing in our final year, or our final month of year 2. Jim Duggan! Hope! I'd hire him, but he'd insist on like losing by count out at the very least. He wouldn't take a clean pin. Har har har. Star wrestler Rey Esco, I'm sure that's short for something else, but there's got to be more going on there, has left AAA. Okay. Oh, Mickey Williams and Dragon Rojo Jr. it looks like they want to put together. So let me go ahead and put that in our next opening contest, because we're going to put Mad Paulie in our opening contest, of course. Dragon Rojo Jr. versus Mickey Williams, assuming both of them are feeling well. I didn't take that into account yet, but we're going to see what's what. Mickey and Dragon. Assuming that's Dragon and not Ilya Dragunov. Yeah, I think we're okay there. All right, let me check my training center. Let's do all repairs first and foremost. Oh, we finally crested that $1 million in assets, just like that. Beautiful. I know we probably could have done it quicker, but I'm quite happy of the pace at which we got there. Okay, what don't we have? Durability. Mat work coach it is. Oh wait, what about judo? Slightly increases defense and increases durability. Learn how to take a hit without getting injured. Yeah, judo coach. Investing in that, so that should help with, you know, people not... Nice. Everything else is blown out, huh? I'll keep the goods. T-shirts I'll dispose of because it's under 1,000. Okay, so I'm just gonna leave that for there. For now, contract stuff's good. Save that. All right, so let me check my page of wrestlers and cross-reference that with how's everybody doing? Randy Orton's. Oh wait, let me put you in here. Stable. Hi Orton, guess what? I hope you're comfortable. We're gonna put you in the heel stable. I don't know if you're used to that sort of thing. See how you do there. Okay, so how's everybody doing? Good. Normal. Hurting, but whatever, you're in that main event. Your challenger's looking good. Kenta, how you doing? Looking good. Omega good. Okay. Ooh. Oh no! I gotta. He's defending the belt regardless. Oof. Uh-oh. Okay, Dragon Rojo Jr., the only other guy in poor condition. So we're going to put the Mickey Williams Dragon Rojo Jr. early in the card. Sorry about that. I cannot rest. I cannot rest those two people. I will risk hurting them if need be. I know that's not a nice thing to say, because like, look at that. He's kind of orange in the neck and feeling poor. I don't know that it helped them. Dragon Rojo Jr. also feeling poorly. It's a risk I gotta take. It's our big year-end show, and it's the champion's prerogative to set the challenge. And we've set a doozy in this one. We're gonna do an all cage match show. That's right, Cage Heat's coming back in this GWA G2. It's gonna be not our signature December event, but I'm trying to do something fun at the end of every year's show. And this year it's gonna be a cage match show. No There's going to be no rules. There's going to be no matches, excuse me, where you win by escaping the cage. That is not going to be an option ever. It is just going to be matches in the cage. One weapon in the cage match. Maybe two if it's a tag match. One weapon in the cage match that you have to fight over. You won't know what it is until you get down there. That's going to be my style. Okay. Personal advice. How's everybody doing? Everybody loves me? Okay. Everybody's doing okay. Let's save that. Okay. Oh, I don't need to do anything else. Oh, Scouts. Let's send off. There we go. Kings Road and Showman. Let's do Japan. Kings Road. Let's send you for half a year. Off you go. Thank you for finding Jim Duggan. Let's go check out how much they want. Just out of curiosity. There you go. The running clothesline. Yep, that's what you would get. Okay, so I got some people hurt, but they're still working. They're still getting booked. Maybe I can protect them in a tag match. Okay, so I got my two big. Here's where I'm booking out loud. Got my two big title matches. The Hall of Fame Championship is going to be Adam Page versus Jack Howard. Kenta Kobashi versus Thomas Walker for the GWA belt in our main event. It's an all cage match show. It's going to be wild. We're going to try to put Dragon Rojo Jr. and Mickey Williams across the ring from each other. But I have a 7-match card planned, and I have, or will have, 19 wrestlers signed when this is all said and done. So let's see what I can do without bringing anybody in, and then let's see if I need to bring anybody in. Okay, so let's try to find, and by try to find, I mean let's try to sign Rey Fenix. Come on, buddy. On the cheap. No, shows interest, doesn't like the terms. Okay. I'm pretty sure we saved pretty close to this, so we should be all right. I obsessively save, so I'm trusting myself with this one that I do it. So we're gonna book and take a look at, or we're gonna book and run the last show of the year. Then we're gonna take a look at the year-end awards. Before I do that, I just want to take a quick tour of, because I can only look at the previous month's events, so I've been negligent on remembering to do this every single time. But I'm going to start with WWE and roll on down, and just go real quick. Just sort of see what the best match of the cards are and how they're doing attendance-wise. So they sold out a 15,000 seater just like we do. So we're selling out same size arenas. Humberto Carrillo versus Dominic Mysterio, best match I can see so far. Oh, Malachi Black's on the roster. Of course they are. Yeah, that was the best match on the show. I'm not even really looking at weird matchups. I'm just looking at what did they like. Not a very good show here either. Takahashi versus Rocky Romero, an early highlight. 3,500 for this one. Disappointing until Hiromu Takahashi versus Taka Michinoku in your main event. Might have been for the junior title. Okay, AEW. Trying to sell out a 40,000 seater and getting 15,000 people in there. Just sell out a 15,000 seater. Okay, so Allie, I guess the Bunny versus Jack Evans. 5 stars to open your show, and it was all downhill from there. Decent tag match. And a decent tag match in your main event. Oh, that was for a tag team. Yeah, that was for a tag team title. So Dustin Rhodes and Awesome Kong lost the tag team straps to Penelope Ford and Nick. I don't know if that's Nick Jackson or Nick like Camarato or whatever the guy from the factory is. Let's see, 5,000 here. Cameron Grimes, Samir Singh, 92%. Oh, there we go. Tag team match in your 9th slot there. That was 5 stars. Cool. CMLL. I'm not going to know too many of these people. Only 1,000 seats though. Atlantis El Cuatrero, 1,000%. Another good tag match. Big Japan. Okay, it's curious to see Okay, they got 10,000 people in there. They have Hollywood Hogan on their roster. He's stinking up the joint. He's terrible in these hardcore matches. I would love to. God, wouldn't it be great if I could watch other shows? I mean, that would be too wild. But anyway, Quiet Storm putting on a decent showing there. Okay, AAA, how we doing? Oh, good tag match there in your second match. Oh, Adamus versus Superfly, 97%. That's a good one. Almost sold out an 8,000 seater. Probably somewhere in Mexico. I haven't been yet because I have not stepped out of the U.S. Angelina Love versus Matt Taven, tearing it down. Doing even better than Shane Taylor Briscoe and PCO Ray Horace. That's pretty solid. We got 81 overall, so they're sending the fans home happy. Got a 5,000 seater filled out. Solid show. DDT, Yusu Urano versus Toru Owashi, a 91% draw. 10,000 seater again. Higuchi Rekka, 89. That's pretty good. Oh, Kent Oka versus... They're up and down, eh? Like 60, 90, 50s, around 90, 50s, 100. Ooh, 200s in a row. Almost put on a show that would have technically sent the crowd home happy. Like pretty good there from DDT. Utamoto versus Yusuke Okada, the best one so far in this All Japan show. Got just under 10,000 in a 10,000 seater, so that's pretty good for All Japan. Yeah, not an especially strong card though. Dragon Gate, you gotta book smaller venues, dude. It's not even half full, and you only put on 5 matches. That's wild. Impact, likewise, get to a 15,000 seater. Get thee to a 15,000 seater. Carl Anderson, Madison Rain starting off strong. Willie Mack Havoc having a really good draw. Ethan Page against Trey Miguel. Match of the night. Match of the night. Yep. Wowzers. Okay. Noah, we're getting to the end of it here. Don't worry. Starting off pretty well with Hayata Junta Miyawaki, excuse me. And then Dippin. Tanaka versus Taniguchi was all right. And then big draw in the main event. Bob Backlund and Leona versus Masao Inoue and Nakajima in front of 10,000 strong. Bob Backlund main eventing Noah. Jimmy and G-Raver versus Chris and Johnny. All right, GCW putting on for 4 matches. Not too shabby. Getting almost 2,500 in a 3,000 seater. Slowing down, but doing the best they can. 5 belts, 5 active belts, 11 wrestlers. We're so close to getting. We're gonna pass one of these 2 in assets, depending how this last show goes. Okay, this is always funny, and it seems once again to be New Japan versus Impact Wrestling mostly. I mean, Kentaro Shiga, all right, Noah as well, but that's so funny. 10,000 seaters. So many Impact talent are getting booked on these. Jushin Thunder Liger versus David Young, so far match of the show. Yeah. Oh, I mean, come on now. Hashimoto versus Chono, that's the match they showed up for sure. Okay, so they sold out another 10,000 seater. So not putting on great shows, but doing well enough. Okay, have I invited anyone? Have I tried to hire anyone? No. Who am I going to try to hire? Ray Fenix. All right, this is strike 2 against Ray Fenix if he says no. All that to say, this is going to be strike 2. I'm going to save it even though I didn't do anything. Okay. All right, Fenix. Trying to get that big Latin star. Come on, buddy. Strike 2. I'll do 10,000. He's worth it. Come on down. Okay. I'm going to get out of that. I got one more strike with Ray Fenix. I'm going to try at the middle one again. See what happens. I'm having difficulty signing these Latin stars. Okay, here we go. Last chance at Ray. Come on, Ray Fenix. No, we are not signing Ray Fenix this month. Okay, so I can... Oh, hang on. Get out of this. I forgot that I could only offer 1 contract a month in real game time. That's just ridiculous. 3-strike rule for me. Okay. Human resources. Offer contract. I have other prospects. 2 in particular. 1 out of Europe. that I think you'll agree once I find them here. That might be the best kept secret. Look at that. For the price, starting at a B and a C+, that's fine because they're going to get a boost thanks to our facilities right away. Not a lot of popularity, but I think they're going to be okay once they get in the ring and show what they can do. Buddy Murphy, come on down. We're going to lowball you because you're kind of a cheap talent to start with, so let's see what's going on. No! Okay. Strike one to Buddy Murphy. Valuing himself rather highly. Unproven freelance talent. Okay. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy! Strike two. Here we go. I mean, attempt number two. We're going to lowball them one last time. No. I'm sure I want to quit. Here we go. Third kick at the Buddy Murphy can, and then we're going to move on. I do have, like I said, I got like a top 10 sort of draft pick or prospect sort of list. Going across all the territories, of course, as well. Okay. Offer a contract. All right. 20 grand? I think you're... Oh, let's try 10. Come on, Buddy Murphy. Buddy Murphy! Okay. That now means I have these as my American prospects. Hang on one second. I'm doing a little bit of maintenance on my, my text files and whatnot. Okay, so you've been signed out of Europe. Let's put you up here. So I have a new European star. You two are technically in Europe. So you go down here. You're a better prospect than the other one, so we'll just put you here first. Taib, Europe. Oh, caps lock was on. And then Taib again. Okay. Just, doing my own notes here. Okay, so that's, 19 out of 21. So if I invite somebody, I will have 20 available wrestlers. I'm going to do that. We're going to put on a... That's technically, I could put on 10 singles matches and do a biggest card I possibly can. I'm going to try to do like 7 good matches, though. That seems like a good spot for right now. So, who gets the new guy? Okada versus... Who did I just sign? Buddy Murphy. That's who. Okay, we're going to put them against... Unless I do a tag match. Yeah, I'm going to do a tag match with Rojo and Tejano. Who is going to get bloody versus Williams. Who would Mickey Williams want if he couldn't have Thomas Walker? All right. Okay. Let's save this quick. I'm planning this out in my brains. So let's just sort of... Here we go, because it is going to be Champion's Choice. It is an entire evening of cage matches, but we're going to do our match styles. This will also take me a second to do all 10 match styles real quick. They're all going to be 3 count, 1 weapon per. That's our sim speed is 125%. We're going to leave rope breaks on, because that's hilarious. No DQ, obviously. Can't go outside. No one's getting crit. There are no entrances because it starts in the cage. So hang on, I just have to do this for all of them. I'll just go one thing at a time. So I never want it to be an escape match. That's never going to be the option when I do cage matches. I just want the cage to be part of it because it's an obstacle, Okay. They also can't do 2 out of 3 falls or anything like that. Bink, bink. Turning criticals off is probably a smart move too. It's dangerous enough doing these cage matches. I don't want to risk injuring my performers. Or, I'm going to minimize the risk of injury to the performers. It's still going to be pretty rough. Rope breaks is just funny to me in a cage match. There's no DQ, but there's still rope breaks. Tornado play, obviously, because you can't get out of the ring. Okay, let me just... Okay, none of those change, so all the rule sets are the same. Configure title match. In what should be match number 7, Thomas Walker, Kenta Kobashi. Here we go. Oh, hang on. Kenta Kobashi. 1,000 people showed up for your main event. It's weird because it's in a cage match, I'm sure. Hall of Fame heavyweight champion Jack Howard, #1 contender. Just because I said so. With Kerchief, Hangman Adam Page. Okay, now we can start booking whatever. So we got to do Dragon Rojo. Rojo. They want a Dragon Rojo and Mickey Williams to face off. So Dragon Rojo and someone. Oh, if I just left it as singles. Who did I put in here? Dragon Rojo and El Tejano Jr.? Okay. Against somebody in Mickey Williams. Okay, if I'm Mickey Williams, I'm not going to bring in Buddy Murphy. Mad Polly. If I'm Mickey Williams, I'm being like, all right, my partner's Mad Polly. That's a good pick for him. Okay, Mad Polly and Mickey Williams in this crazy tag match. I could even put it in the opening contest, really. Hang on. Opening him up with the grudge match they wanted to see. Can't go wrong from there. I'm also going to slightly change this because it is a tag match. 2 weapons. Yeah. Okay. And yeah, okay, that's all set up. That is our opening contest. I'm also sort of trying to keep track of whom I have used and who I have not. Mickey Williams and Mad Polly. Once again affirming Mad Polly is your opening match warrior. Okay. So I've used Howard, I've used Bullock, I've used Walker, I've used Williams, I've used Kobashi, I've used Tejano, I've used Rojo. Oh, and I've used Mad Polly. That's... Okay. Somewhere in the middle of the card, if we're doing 7, so like match 4 maybe. Let's do our new signee, Buddy Murphy. Oh, look at that! It's got us chopped up tights. Cool. All right. Buddy Murphy and Okada. There we go. I like the gold shorts he had rocking last time. Okay. Still got 3 matches to fill. Lots we can be doing here. I'm going to want to put a tag match right here. Tag match. Big bad tag match. Okay, who can we put? Robinson and Dragunov were effective last time. I kind of want to do... This is backwards booking, but we already did the Kenny Omega Randy Orton singles match. I kind of want to put them on opposite sides of a tag team. I kind of want to put Dragunov... Hang on, I kind of want to put Dragunov and Orton together. Ilya Dragunov catching the eye of the Viper, Randy Orton. The 2 standouts. Okay, Ilya and Orton. Interesting team. On the face side of things. Matt Robinson betrayed by his partner. Theoretically. You know what? Yeah, I think I'll do Houston and Robinson. I don't want to put Keith Lee and Drew McIntyre against each other again, so let's... Oh no, is Kenny Omega odd man out? Ah, okay, so let's... I'm gonna fill this card out. Okay, let's put Keith Lee. Oops. I like the faces in this corner, so let's put... Bill Bullock. And Dave Mastiff. Dave Mastiff hurting here. And let's give him a little Drew action. A little Keith Lee action. And we filled the place, and Kenny Omega's not on the card. But I'm going to write all this down really quick, and then I'm going to invite one person, and then we're going to maybe turn one of these singles matches into a tag match by adding Kenny. Hang on, so that's Keith Lee versus Bill Bullock. Again, all these matches are strangely inside of a steel cage. Drew McIntyre still looking for his first victory. Gonna be taking on Dave Mastiff, who's hurting for certain. Oh yeah, this is the weird one. Ilya Dragunov and Randy Orton versus Matt Robinson and David Houston. Yeah, okay. Don't really have a lot of established teams right now, so we're just putting people together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yep, that uses 18 of our 19 roster slots, but again, I want to do a 7-match card. So if I do this as I want to, Kenny, yeah, we're just going to get another person, and then we're going to turn one of these early singles matches into a tag match. Okay, we've already sold the place out. I've already made note of that, but we're gonna do another tag match to make sure we definitely sell it out, and then I'm probably going to decrease the advertising or potentially look into bigger venues. Yes, I will lose all that. It's okay, I wrote it down. Okay, let us invite one person that, let's say we're going to put Drew McIntyre or Keith and Kenny. Let's do Keith and Kenny because that's a weird one, against Drew McIntyre and someone coming in to partner with Drew McIntyre. Let's say that. So can we at least get Ray Phoenix interested in a guest role? Can we at least get who else are we considering? Oh, we got our North American one. I haven't looked at the Japanese one yet. Can we at least get Ray Phoenix to consider coming in as a guest? Before I do any of that, of course, I'm going to save just because I haven't done any merchandise yet. All right, Ray Phoenix, come on down. Sure. What do you think? No, huh? They don't like our wrestling style. Okay. They haven't been watching because I feel like their version of Lucha very much fits what GWA is all about. That's unfortunate. We're going to take 2 more kicks of that can. If we couldn't get them in full time, can we at least try to convince them to come in and do a spot for us? Come on down. They're interested in working with us, but don't agree with our wrestling style. Yeah, I don't think that's ever going to change then. I think if it's something that's like, you guys aren't Lucha enough. Fair enough. I think we might have to double back on a Ray Phoenix later. Okay. So we had other people that we wanted to invite, one of which was Keiji Muto. Let's give them a whirl, see if they want to come in. Sure. Totally worth it. Come on, Muto. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Okay, so let me go down to the guest section. Our first guest of the day. Keiji Muto. Year number 2, month 12. Rickety old man. See if your knees can last through this. Okay, we got our 2 title matches. Tag match, doot. Oh. Well, you know what? Drew McIntyre and Keiji Muto versus, and that's interesting. I'll give it that. I will give it that. Thank you. I will absolutely book them in a crazy event. Okay, did the match rules save? No, they did not, because I didn't save anything that I did. That's a bummer. We'll do it again real quick. Don't worry. I find it quicker to do one option at a time and just skip through all the matches real quick, because I got to do it 10 times each regardless. This way, at least I'm focused on the one thing at a time. See, like here, one weapon in each match. for now, until I settle on which one the tag matches are. I think everything else is fine. Yeah, rope break is on, we want that. Tornado is on, we want that. I'm not doing any elimination tag matches, I don't think. Yeah, you can't. Okay, just look through all 10 matches real quick. Okay, those are all fine. Critical's off. Match background music we don't even have on ever, so that doesn't even matter. Okay, once again, match 7. Thomas Walker, Kenta Kobashi. In your main event. Secondarily, we have our other title. Howard's Hall of Fame Heavyweight Championship that he's defending. Oops. Hang on. Not Yukini. Against Adam Page with that buckshot lariat finish. Okay. Now, matches 5 through 1. We're going to start off with Mad Polly. Oop, oop. Who's no affiliate? Okay. Mad Polly. Teaming with Mickey Williams. And what a pair they would make. Against, and this is the grudge match they wanted, so I'm at least going to put them in there. El Tejano Jr. and Dragon Rojo Jr. There we go. That brought some people there. We're a third full. We've announced 3 matches. Not too shabby. Okay, match 2. Oof. Sorry, Bill Bullock. Looks like you got the short straw. Because you're facing Keith Lee, singles competition. Okay. 7,500. Not too shabby there. 3 more matches to go. Here's the one we just beefed up. We turned it into a tag match. Okay, so we're starting out Kenny Omega and Dave Mastiff. Sure, let's put them in that. Weird team. Not as weird as their... I mean, just as weird as their opponents, I suppose. We want Drew McIntyre in there. And his tag team partner, the legendary Keiji Muto. Man alive. All those look great. He's got some Wrestle 1 gear on there, I think. 2 more matches. Okay. Singles contest where we have Kazuchika Okada and the debuting Buddy Murphy. Heck yeah. Boom! Almost there. And then here... Ooh, okay. Oops, not a singles match. A tag match once more. As we can put David Houston and Matt Robinson in the ring. Oh, I literally have to switch these against Dragunov and Randy Orton. Hang on one second. There. So I'm trying to put the heels on the right, the one side. Heel. Well, these are all... That's 4 heels, but it doesn't matter. And the champions are in the red corner as well. There we go. How many more people? 196 people? That's, $400. Yeah, I'll do that instead. Okay, down to social media. Almost can fill the place out with no advertising whatsoever. Not too shabby. Social media is fine. You gotta at least blast your social medias. Okay. Oh, hang on 1 second. So we have some tag matches here. So they get 2 weapons. 2 weapons for you. 2 weapons for you. And 2 weapons for you. This will be fun. So that means, because obviously these are tornado tags, etc., in the singles matches, they don't know what the weapon is until they get there, and there's going to be 1 weapon in the cage that they're going to have to fight over. In these other ones, 2 weapons, 1 per, I mean, if both sides of a team get the weapons, look out. But either way, there. It was the champion, Thomas Walker's choice. This is how he wants to go out at the end of the year. 15,000 strong. Yeah, slightly. The expenses are slightly down, but everything, like everyone's showing up. Let me do this. 1.7. Yeah, so it's about 16.5 still. Okay. We only have one friend that can disappoint us by not being able to get here. Keiji Muto. Okay, let's save this. Let's do our management. Done all that. Merchandise. Okay. Have we not done t-shirts before? I could have sworn we did. These things. 3 for the kiddos. But I want them to buy actual stuff. Like 5 of these. 5 of these. 5 of these. It is the big end of year show. We're going for it. Okay. I think that'll do it. Scouts are all still out? Yep, scouts are out. Oh yeah. Let me transfer Buddy to the heel side. For sure. Okay. Save that. I still don't really like. I'm waiting for 3 wrestlers to show up on my roster where I like, yeah, those 3 where I feel like they should be an actual stable, and then split them off. It's a lot of individual performers, in my opinion, so far. Okay, we are ready to proceed. Let me get my big dumb face out of the way for our second of 2 events for the day. This will end our second year of the second generation. A lot of seconds going on here. Man, I wish you could have seconds in these matches. It'd be fun to have managers. Anywho, let us proceed to our second of 2 shows. The final show of year 2. Finally over $1 million in assets, but we are spending, again, a fair chunk of change on this one. By bringing in a legend, we signed a new talent, and the extra costs associated with the fact that we got a big old cage match coming up. The entire event, it is Cage Wars! Let's do it. You cannot escape. Perfect. See, we put them at opposite ends of a tag match, and the crowd is here for it. They are all one fall to a finish. No disqualification matchups. Limited weaponry, as you can't. Excellent, everybody showed up. Limited weaponry, as you cannot grab anything from under the ropes, because there are no ropes under which to grab things. Well, there are, but you can't get out of the ring to do it. All right, starting with our grudge match. Mickey Williams and Dragon Rojo Jr., for whatever reason, in a real tizzy, so they had to get some partners. El Tejano Jr. and Dragon Rojo Jr., the Junior Achievers, against Mad Polly and Mickey Williams. Probably a pretty good team, I would hope, for their sake. And for by theirs, I mean either of teams. Oh, looks like we have a chunk of table as one of the weapons. And I don't quite know. Let's have to wait till they get to that other portion of the ring to see what the second weapon in this matchup is. The only weapons allowed. Oh, immediately Mickey Williams hitting his finish, that devastating deadlift suplex. I do not see a second weapon yet. Grabbing that piece of table is Mickey Williams. Yeah, I don't see weapon numero dos. Oh, there it is. Sledgehammer, bottom corner. A little more drastic than a chunk of table, but here we go. All tag matches under Tornado rules tonight. If you're wondering why we have this format for this event, it was the Champions Challenge. Your champion, the Brilliant Devil, Thomas Walker, defending the championship, the GWA Heavyweight Championship, that is, in the main event this evening, against the #1 contender, Kenta Kobashi, in an evening of cage matches with limited weaponry. Tag matches, 2 weapons. Single matches, 1 weapon in the cage. You must fight over it if you're to use it at all. Otherwise, may the best man or team win. Almost too much action to call here. As you can see, the junior achievers of Dragon Rojo Jr. and El Tejano Jr. temporarily getting the best of Mad Polly and Mickey Williams, but as soon as the weapons come out, advantage Williams and Polly, at least in the short term. Depending on how their opponents react to getting busted open, you can see Dragon Rojo Jr. already lacerated in this one. A portent of things to come throughout the duration of this evening, I would suspect, as each and every match will be contested within the confines of the steel cage. A huge risk, to be perfectly honest, as we do have a broadcast contract, or some of our sponsorship deals require that our events be of a certain quality, and I do not know how the fans will take to, again, an evening of cage matches. Last time we did this, it was disastrous in terms of audience enjoyment, but we are a different promotion now. See what happens. Back and forth these two teams go. Again, Tornado rules, and so does that black hole slam from El Tejano Jr. into the cover. Mickey Williams breaking up at one, to the delight of the crowd. Both teams putting work in here. Nice assisted powerbomb there on Mad Polly. Now trying to get a submission is Dragon Rojo Jr. Here comes Mickey Williams, more occupied, trying to get El Tejano Jr. hit with that chunk of table. Hang on, iron claw to the face of El Tejano Jr. Dragon Rojo back to that submission, but Mickey Williams quickly breaks that up. Whoa. There we go. There. Can make that GWA bug a little more obvious. Back to that submission once more. Very sound strategy out of Dragon Rojo Jr. The only way to win is by pinfall or submission. And as you can see, since there are no disqualifications, repeated weapon shots to the head count as a submission move. Hang on. Dragon Rojo Jr. off the ropes. Swinging 619 to Mad Polly. Nicely done. But Mickey Williams almost pinning El Tejano Jr. As we said, tons of action in this one. Nice sit-out powerbomb there by Dragon Rojo Jr. almost putting Mad Polly down. Mickey Williams soaking up the boos of the crowd. As you can see now, both of his opponents, Dragon Rojo Jr. and El Tejano Jr., bleeding profusely now. Advantage Mad Polly and Mickey Williams. And then back to the fork he goes. This is a submission move in a match like this. Mickey Williams just wailing away. Dragon Rojo Jr.'s got to get free here. He's got to get free. He's got to show some sign that he's defending himself. Oh my gosh, he's been in position there for ages. Just getting stabbed by Mickey Williams, who immediately goes low and attempts a pin. But there are rope breaks. I forgot about that, and that saved things for Dragon Rojo Jr. Oh, whose forehead is hamburger meat at this point. Just biting away. This is also a submission. Anything goes in these cage matches, much to the delight of the Hell Knight Mickey Williams, gnawing away at his opponent, chewing through that mask to get at the soft flesh underneath. Meanwhile, El Tornado Tejas onto Mad Polly, but the ref's distracted. Only gets a 1 count. What resilience from Dragon Rojo Jr. to survive that onslaught for as long as he has. 2 repeated attacks. First with the fork to tenderize his brain meats, and then getting chewed on by Mickey Williams. Oh, that's the Polybuster for sure. Out of Mad Polly, leveling Dragon Rojo Jr., who now attempts a pin on El Tejano and gets him. Mickey Williams and Mad Polly bullying their way to a finish there. A very violent beginning to the evening. All right, what did you think? 74%. Uh-oh. It's just gonna get worse from here. I mean, whatever. It's just a little tougher to get these things rolling. All right, Keith. I'm so sorry, Bill Bullock. You have Keith Lee in this next matchup. There will be, of course, it's in a cage, as all the matches are, and it's going to be a single weapon in the center of this one. As with all matches, the only way to win is by pinfall or submission, and your weapon in this one, a barbed wire wrapped baseball bat. That is the weapon available for both combatants, should they choose to use it. The only weapon available is you cannot exit the ring. We have taken all the brutality of the area outside the ring, where there are no disqualifications or countouts, and instead inverted that space in this evening where you cannot exit the ring, but inside the ring, anything goes. The only safety measures and precautions we have taken are limiting the number of weapons involved. Oh, drop toe hold, face first into the barbed wire bat goes Keith Lee. Interesting strategy there from the convict Bill Bullock. He's going to have to look for any way he can get an advantage over the much larger and stronger Lee in this one. Yeah, taking the big man's eyes away there is Bill Bullock, at least for the moment. Pops him up into a slam. What power on display from the Limitless one. Back and forth they go. Beautiful overhead belly to belly by Keith Lee. Normally launches his opponents out of the ring with a move like that, but no such luck in this one. Best you can do is bounce them off the cage. Oh! Trying to stuff him across his knee there. Impacting both sides of the rib cage. Spine, the collarbone there. Get the shoulder blades involved. A whole lot of damage off that move by Keith Lee, who comes off the ropes with a big shoulder tackle now. Completely ignoring that barbed wire baseball bat. There are rope breaks. I should remind you, the only concession to rule and order that has been made at this event, other than limiting weapons, that is, you do have the opportunity to break a pin or submission attempt if you are too close to the ropes. Other than that, as only 5 minutes have passed, other than that, oh, you fight as best you can, much like that Spanish fly onto the bat by Bullock. Gets a 2 on Keith Lee. I don't know what more Bill Bullock has up his sleeve or what else he must do to put big Keith Lee down. Another Spanish fly, this time without the aid of the barbed wire baseball bat. Nice discus lariat there from the convict. Keith Lee now dragging his opponent away from the ropes. As we said, there are rope breaks, so you must consider that. As we're not even 10 minutes deep in this one. I don't anticipate too many of these matches going very long, as Keith Lee hits a pounce off the ropes. But Bill Bullock able to recover, and now we finally see that baseball bat perhaps coming into play. But again, Keith Lee thwarts him. Oh, just drops him to the canvas there. Discus punch from Keith Lee. Working that advantage is a limitless one. Dropping Bill Bullock to the canvas once more and catching his breath. Off the ropes comes Lee. Another big pounce. Sends him off the ropes. Drop kick from Keith Lee. Bullock back to the canvas, raking the eyes, just rubbing the sweat into the face of Keith Lee. Now rolling him over into a submission attempt. Nice work here from the convict Bill Bullock, trying to separate the shoulder joints. But Keith Lee able to power out. So we're cresting towards 10 minutes here. You can see the toll starting to be taken on the form of Keith Lee there, struggling for breath when he gets a chance to get a little time for himself in this matchup. Meanwhile, Bill Bullock giving him no time. And now the stomach claw after the Spanish fly. One of the deadliest combinations in wrestling, but Keith Lee able to withstand it. And we are 10 minutes gone in this one. Bill Bullock is feeling it as he sits. Keith Lee on the top rope, poison run off the top. And I think the forehead of Keith Lee hit the knob of that baseball bat. Keith Lee making a little time for himself with that belly to belly. He's got to get something going here. As convict, Bill Bullock is putting on a heck of a showing against the larger, limitless Keith Lee. Oh my God! Flips him inside out with that lariat. I may have spoken too soon. Boom! Drops him into a slam. Keith Lee has Bill Bullock in the corner now, just hammering away on the chest. Trying to crack a rib or collapse a lung is Keith Lee. Oh, and again, those 2 points of impact across the knee and the point of the elbow. Oh my gosh! Phoenix Plex hold! 1, 2, 3! The prison Plex from Bill Bullock! And he picks up the biggest win of his career, quite literally, by defeating limitless Keith Lee. That was impressive, I must say. All right, I haven't looked at the audience reaction. I'm going to see it in 1 second once I tab back over. Come on, baby. 5 stars! That's what I'm talking about. What an upset. What a match for Bill Bullock. Good gracious me. Heck yeah. What a spirited contest that was. Okay, so maybe just the tag matches are going to be a little poopy. We'll see. We'll see as we have another one on the way to the ring. We have Drew McIntyre and the visiting Keiji Muto taking on Dave Mastiff and Kenny Omega. Let's get down there, see how this one shakes out. Oh, you also run a GWA? Well, that's fun. Mine stands for the Gnarly Wrestling Aisle, the only 3-letter acronym where all 3 letters are silent once you spell them out. Nice to see you. Oh my gosh, let me try. Stazverance? That's my attempt at any rate. Lovely to see you. Hope you're having a nice day. Oh, Kenny Omega busted open immediately in the fracas here with Keiji Muto and Drew McIntyre. Early disadvantage for the cleaner Kenny Omega, who was who was already slightly handicapped. No offense to Dave Mastiff, just because he's a little beat up is all I mean. Not having a partner at 100%, you can see Dave Mastiff wearing that singlet to try to hide his taped ribs. Global Wrestling Alliance. Nice. And it's a territory base with 6 smaller separate promotions making up the GWA. Well, that sounds fun. I love how everyone is able to populate their own wrestling universes. Mazel tov. That's awesome. What is not awesome is that gaping forehead wound on Kenny Omega. Could be a short night for the cleaner if his fortunes do not change. He was busted open almost immediately in this one. As you can see, Keiji Muto looking rather spry for his age, crawling over for that rolling armbar. With the space between the Z and the V, so Daz Verance. Okay, Daz Verance. It sounds very elegant. Like, I'm immediately drawn to mind of like, sounds like a count, like a vampire, but you know. I did this Zed. Yes, I am orbiting space above Canada. So yes, I did indeed Zed. It is the proper pronunciation of that letter in my home country. Wink. I mean, I only do it where appropriate. It's not like I say Dragon Ball Z or anything like that. My goodness, some surprising teamwork here out of McIntyre and Muto. Future Shock DDT and Muto goes in for the pin. Almost puts Omega down as he had Mastiff down as well. Like we said, great teamwork there. Mind you, Muto's been around the wrestling world so long. Likely not going to get in any trouble. In an unfamiliar situation is Keiji. Quite the Keiji veteran. Ha-ha! As you see Dave Mastiff now locking him in a regal stretch, though. Easily able to fight out is Keiji Muto. Back to the regal stretch, there goes Mastiff. Trying to slow the savvy ring vet down. Mastiff and Omega here, first time teaming. Can't imagine Drew McIntyre and Keiji Muto have teamed. Good gracious, I didn't quite see it, but just out of the corner of my eye, that suplex by Mastiff was deadly. Meanwhile, Future Shock DDT and Kenny Omega pops right back to his feet, perhaps putting on a brave face as he has been bleeding profusely for almost 10 minutes now. Oh, the speed of that moonsault by Muto! And he puts Dave Mastiff down! We talked about how Mastiff had those taped ribs, was not at 100%. Kenny Omega perhaps being dealt the shorthand in terms of partnerships here. But Keiji Muto. All right, I'll take that, 79. That's not too shabby. I mean, ideally you want 80, but I'll take a 79. We did have 100 in our last match, so we're still riding high, as long as we get over 80 total. Okay. Thanks for stopping by, Keiji Muto. You're worth every penny of the $6,000. Oh, got a little. Working on scheduling at the moment for my show, getting the next 5 weeks planned out for pay-per-view. Oh, I love that. I love those planning sessions. Good for you. I love all that booking. First time I've ever done that. I always winged it in the past, and I've been doing this since 2017 on WWE 2K17. Cool. So you run, I would say, then universe modes, I would guess, and just do that sort of thing? That sounds awesome. Or, you know, not to pigeonhole you, I'm sure you'd probably do other games as well. All right, our newest signee, Buddy Murphy, who we've just brought into the fold, is going to be taking on Kazuchika Okada. Rainmaker versus the best kept secret, as we are trying to build the best international roster here as you stroll down the gnarly wrestling aisle. If you're wondering why each and every match in this, our second event, is in a cage tonight, it is at the request of our GWA heavyweight champion, the brilliant devil, Thomas Walker. All building to that big main event. They'll be defending that title tonight against Kenta Kobashi. Before we get there, though, we got 4 more huge matches headed your way. Starting with, as we said, the debut of Buddy Murphy, the newest contracted GWA roster member, taking on the Rainmaker, Kazuchika Okada. Yeah, 2K games, you're in universe mode. Right now you're doing Fire Pro, so I got to be a little more hands-on. Fair enough, yeah. You got to do a lot more finessing. Oh, interestingly enough, the weapon in this cage, and there is 1 weapon per cage in each singles match and 2 weapons per cage in tag matches. The 1 weapon randomly assigned to this cage match is a fluorescent light tube. Generally speaking, the first person to swing that hard enough at their opponent is going to shatter that thing, and that is going to be the only weapon usage in this matchup. This should be a fairly straightforward contest up until that weapon comes into play, if it comes into play at all. Nice knee lift there from Buddy Murphy. Again, their first time here at a GWA ring, and what an event to debut at. Caged Heat 2. Referring, of course, to the Caged Heat event we ran in the first generation of the GWA. Oh, Kawada kicks to the face of Kazuchika Okada. Buddy Murphy, well-versed in using his lower body as a weapon, shall we say. Lots of kicks and knees in his arsenal. As now you see the Rainmaker trying to fend off the best-kept secret. Secret no longer. A full-time roster member here of the GWA. A reminder that none of the cage matches tonight are escape the cage rules. You must win the cage match by pinfall or submission. Rope breaks are in effect, and the single weapon per cage rule is in effect, or 1 weapon per 2 competitors, let's say. Rule is in effect. Other than that, is a straightforward matchup. Rainmaker there to Buddy Murphy. Under 5 minutes, and this could do it. Buddy Murphy kicks it too. Okada was feeling funky fresh in the opening minutes of this one. Rattling Buddy Murphy's brain with a Rainmaker, but unable to put him away, as we are still fairly early in this contest. Big boot by Okada, though, pressing that advantage. Off the ropes he comes. Drop kick to the mush. Signaling for a second Rainmaker. But Buddy Murphy doing his best to stop that from happening, trying to roll him toward that light tube, it looked like. Trying to figure out how to tie in a sumo chokeslam KOing his opponent after struggling off a top rope Inferno Frankensteiner into the GWA TV title. Man, that sounds intense. That sounds awesome. Quick 1 count there. Meanwhile, in our contest, as we speak of other generations, of other universes, of other GWAs, so happy to talk about everyone's fantasy booking. Oh, spinning brainbuster there from Buddy Murphy, planting him in the center of the ring. But Okada with that modified STO able to catch a little time and breath for himself. And he needs it. It's been all Buddy Murphy in the opening 10 minutes of this. Oh, calls that the Canadian DDT in the move list. I don't know what he specifically refers to that as, but it almost puts the Rainmaker down. Kind of a Stormbreaker variation. Absolutely, post that highlight. I will check that out later. Rainmaker again to Buddy Murphy. Flips him over. 1, 2. Murphy out again. But that was much, much closer with that second Rainmaker. Okada catching his breath for a little bit. Buddy Murphy contemplative, thinking about his next move. We're not even 10 minutes deep into this one. And they are busting out the heavy guns of their offense. Okada perhaps going for another Rainmaker, gets scissor kicked in the face. STO variation. Neither man going for the weapon to their credit. Off the ropes comes Buddy Murphy. Nice leg lariat to the side of the jaw of Kazuchika Okada, who fights his way to his feet first. But it was a ruse by Murphy, a roll up. And Okada just rolls the shoulder at 2.9. Nice work by the tactician Buddy Murphy there, but Okada just rolling the shoulder. Oof. Back to that modified STO once more. Buddy Murphy countering into a powerbomb combination, flips him over into a Kamagoye knee strike. A second one. Okada with a snap suplex, trying to get himself back into this one. Buddy Murphy swinging for the fences with each and every move, it seems. Low bridge on that German. Too close to the ropes. That's why Buddy spins away from the ropes with that brainbuster. Smartly done by Murphy. Oh, dodges the Okada drop kick. Demoralizing the Rainmaker as he sets him into the corner. Oh, and then fends him off again. You can see the toll this match is taking on Okada. Trying to slow Buddy Murphy down by taking his wind away with those shoulder strikes to the midsection. Now catching his own breath. Going up top. Elbow drop to the small of the back. Again, trying to seize those core muscles. Drop kick to the back. Doing the same. But Murphy counters. Flips him over into that DDT variation. Unable to capitalize. Both men are down. Murphy back to his feet first. Now he goes for a pin. 1, 2. No! Okada just rolls the shoulder once more. Okada sending Murphy into the opposite corner. Big jumping back elbow by the Rainmaker. Snap suplexing him back toward the center of the ring once more. Pulls him back to his feet. Oh. Thought he may have been going for the Rainmaker again. But a good old-fashioned fight breaks out. Big boot from Okada settles that argument for the moment. Spinning tombstone coming up from the Rainmaker. Pulls Murphy back to his feet, but he counters with a drop toe. Back and forth it goes. The next major move can end it for either competitor. Scissor kick and a beauty. A second one puts Okada down. There's that drop kick. Beautiful extension on that flip, too. DDT into the point of that fluorescent light tube there. Not enough to bust it open. Oh, and a V-trigger off the ropes, if we can call it that. Let's just call it a knee lift as we have Kenny Omega later. A second powerbomb combo. Spinning bomb. Covers him and gets him. Buddy Murphy with a powerbomb into a spiral bomb at the 18-minute mark, putting down Kazuchika Okada. Buddy Murphy, the first contracted GWA wrestler to win their debut match. What a note as we end our second year of competition at the end of this. The first person we have ever hired that won their debut with the Secret Powerbomb Combo A. Ooh, obviously, custom offense there from the best kept secret, Buddy Murphy. All right, we got another, I don't even know what to call it. It's another odd pairing tag team match as Matt Robinson, former GWA heavyweight champion, the Divine Matt Robinson, and the Anti-Gravity Kid, David Houston, will be taking on Ilya Dragunov and Randy Orton, who we signed last month, who was defeated by Kenny Omega, who was on the losing end of a tag team match earlier this evening. Let's get down to the ring and see how this, our final tag team competition of the evening, shakes out. After this match, we got 2 big championship matches for you. Boink. As always, the creature on feature, the senior official here. The referee on record, Mr. Bigfoot, calls for the bell, and we are underway. Randy Orton in the black and gold, his partner Ilya Dragunov in the red and black attire primarily. You can see David Houston in his traditional all red gear and the teal gear of the Divine Matt Robinson, who just ate a beefy clothesline from Ilya Dragunov, who must have impressed Randy Orton, who specifically requested him as his tag partner in this matchup here tonight. As you can see, the 2 weapons in this tag team encounter are a chunk of table and another barbed wire baseball bat that Matt Robinson was just backdropped upon. This, the all cage match event sanctioned and set up by our GWA heavyweight champion, the brilliant Devil Thomas Walker, trying to give himself the advantage against Kenta Kobashi in our main event later on tonight. Certain concessions were made. No escape rule. You must win by pinfall or submission. And 1 weapon in the cage per 2 competitors in a matchup. But you see Randy Orton going to town with that Orton stomp all the way around Matt Robinson. Signature Orton offense there. That's cool as heck. I didn't know that was part of his moveset. Ooh. Orton had to be careful there. He almost took down the referee as you saw David Houston attempting a quick La Magistral cradle, one of his signature pin combinations. Oh my gosh, gets flipped inside out by Dragunov though. Does David Houston. Winner gets to wear red. Oh, just those vicious chops to the head of Dragunov there. Into the cover. Just battering the Anti-Gravity Kid, David Houston, to the mat. As you see now, Dragunov and Orton teaming up to do further damage to David Houston. Nice Uranagi variation there by Dragunov, who has been on a tear in the past couple of months. Since spending some significant time. What the crap? He no-sold that German suplex and dropped Matt Robinson on his head to Dragunov. I can't put this guy over enough. The improvements to his moveset that he has made in the last few months since spending more time at the GWA training facilities has been night and day, and he already impressed enough to earn a contract in the first place. As you see Orton once again working that Orton stomp all the way around the Divine Matt Robinson. Meanwhile, his partner Dragunov almost puts David Houston away. And we are sub 10 minutes in this. It has been all action so far. Nice stomps out of Dragunov now, perhaps positioning himself as a protege of one Randall Kenneth Orton. I think it's Kenneth. Might be Keith. Bit of a do-si-do, and away we go. RKO dead center of the ring to David Houston, but Matt Robinson there to break it up. Pulled back to his feet though is Houston, so Ilya Dragunov and Orton can dish out more punishment. Puts him down with that powerbomb cutter combo. Holy moly, Orton and Dragunov making short work of Matt Robinson and David Houston. Very impressive in their first time teaming together, I must say. This is going to be a real stinker, yeah. 68%. A real stinker. But that's okay. We should still have a real good overall average. How we doing? How we doing? Yeah, oh my gosh. We're real close to bombing out. We got an 82. We need at least an 80 to send people home, like, happy enough to speak positively of our show to their friends and neighbors. And we have two really good opportunities to sway them to our side, as we have two championship matches to end out our card. First, we have the Hall of Fame heavyweight champion, the Hollywood hunk, Jack Howard, who insists on calling his reign the Hollywood of Fame championship reign, putting the belt on the line against Hangman Adam Page. A whole lot of H's in this one. Let's get down to the ring. If you're wondering, Jack Howard earned the Hall of Fame championship from the defunct Hall of Fame promotion by defeating their champion Batista a few months ago, and we had them in as a very expensive guest. And then Jack Howard very politely dropped them on their head with the with the rating spike, their version of the package pile driver, delivered on the floor, criticaling and knocking Batista smooth out, thereby awarding Jack Howard the belt by referee stoppage in that one, to gain ourselves a second championship. Okay, let's get down to see how Jack Howard can fare against Hangman Adam Page, his first major contender to the title. You see in the center of the ring there, the one weapon on offer in this cage match is that steel chair. Also, these rules favor the champion Jack Howard, because I don't believe that Adam Page is going to successfully be able to execute the buckshot lariat. I don't know that he's going to be able to spring out of the area between the cage and ropes. That has yet to be determined, so a major disadvantage to the challenger here, perhaps. We shall see as this match develops. So far, so good for the Hangman. Oh, I say that and he gets countered. The very confident champion, Hollywood hunk Jack Howard, expects to be at the top of the card, whether or not they have. Oh, what color was Batista wearing in that matchup? I think it was whatever they wore in their last match, so it might have been red, but they were wearing like the little amateur shoes. It wasn't Blue Tista. He didn't kill Blue Tista, that's for sure. But I think it was like his little red trunks with his little tiny shoes. Nice to see you, Greg, by the way. As these two go back and forth, champion and challenger. Champion getting the better of that so far. Nicely done, butterfly with a bridge. Page able to get out at one. Wasn't close enough to grab the ropes, but able to kick out. Nice reversal of fortune there by Jack Howard. Setting up that corner offense. Even in countering, Adam Page hitting that pay dirt, no effect on the Hollywood hunk, who is feeling it in the opening 5 minutes of this one. Heck yeah, Greg. I love Fire Pro too. As you can see there, the rope break, one of the two concessions made when the champion and challenger, Thomas Walker and Kenta Kobashi, in your main event, set up the rules and regulations for the entire event this evening. One weapon per two competitors. No escape rule. You must win by pinfall or submission. But rope breaks are in effect, essentially flipping the script, where normally outside the ring of the GWA, there are no disqualifications or countouts and anything goes. This way, you cannot exit the ring and anything goes inside the ring, like that Deadeye! Into the cover! 1, 2! We almost had a new champion, but Jack Howard kicks it too! Nice power slam into the pin, and Hangman kicks it too as well. Pair of near falls there. Howard just trying to test the mettle and cardio of Hangman, attempting another pin after that rather simple maneuver. Oh, thanks, buddy. I appreciate that, Greg. We're doing our best to build the greatest international roster we can, and then with these monthly events, highlight them in as best singles competitions we can. Also, as much as we can, trying to book in a way that makes sense. Like if somebody's on a winning streak, obviously they're in better contention for belts, that sort of stuff. But some people get title shots just because I want to see them. Like, we upgraded our Adam Page edit this week, or excuse me, this month, depending how you want to look at it. So we're just granting them a title shot, and Jack Howard is having none of it as he signals once more for the ratings spike, but elects instead for that crisp spinning power slam and almost puts Page down again. Oh, and 316 since I just broke your neck. What a tombstone variation there from Hangman Adam Page. Oh, but Jack Howard counters with the half and half suplex onto the chair. And we're only 10 minutes deep into this, your semi-main event. TKO by the champion. Hangman Adam Page is in trouble. Starting to work the arm and shoulder now of your champion, the Hollywood Hunk, Jack Howard, and he sets him up for a second Deadeye. Into the cover goes Page. 1, 2. Howard out at 2. Beautiful extension and bridge on that butterfly suplex, but Page's legs were under the rope. Another vicious pile driver. Howard again signaling for that rating spike, but going up top instead. Diving fist drop to the bum bum. Again, trying to seize up those glutes. All those muscles in that pelvic region. Trying to seize up the core of Hangman. Oh, who flips him inside out with that beautiful lariat. Center of the ring. Followed by slam by Hangman Adam Page. Got the champion reeling. Big suplex. Hangman setting him up. Oh, huge short arm clothesline. Followed up with a discus lariat. Another Deadeye. But Howard rolls through and back to his feet. What resilience by the champion. Back and forth they go. Page trying to fight toward the center of the ring. He's got the champion down. And out. Pile driver on the chair. Can't put him away. Howard again signaling for the rating spike, but he hasn't even attempted it. Page off the ropes. Flips him inside out into the cover. But too close to the ropes. Rope break still in effect. Big clothesline by Hollywood Hunk Jack Howard. Oh! Bangs Hangman Page's face off the cage. Follow-away slam by Hangman in response, but you can see both men down and out. 15 minutes plus gone in this title match. Off the ropes comes Howard. Huge clothesline. Another one from Page this time. 1, 2, 3. Adam Page wins. We've got a new Hall of Fame champion. In a banger. Hangman Adam Page, the new Hall of Fame champion. Yeah. After a back brain lariat. Knocking Hollywood Hunk Jack Howard smooth out. All right. Also over 90, so that'll do over average. Ooh. New champion crowned. I'm glad that was over soon because I need to grab a drink of water because that got pretty intense. I had to use my big boy commentating voice. All right. We are at 84%. Also, stay tuned because after this, since this is the last show of this calendar year in this universe, we're going to take a look at our year-end awards, or at least our year-end statistics, see where we're hanging out and stuff like that. Plus, we'll take a look at the cards from all of the other major promotions in our wrestling universe to see where we stand in and amongst these other giants, as we are just the lowly bottom rung on the totem pole of this great wrestling world that we've made for ourselves, which includes our heavyweight champion, the brilliant devil Thomas Walker, the genius, quote unquote, behind this evening's cage match of death. He is going one-on-one with the number one contender, the man who pinned him in October, the man who was on the winning side of the tag team combination. Oh, excuse me, Thomas Walker beat Jack Howard in that tag team match. So In terms of facing each other in competition, Thomas Walker handily defeated every other person in the league on his way to the GWA Heavyweight crown in the GWA Heavyweight Championship Series before falling in the tournament and eventually winning the belt from then champion Matt Robinson. Kenta Kobashi fought his way tooth and claw to this very pinnacle tonight with all eyes. 15,000 plus, I should say. I think it's like 16.5 if I looked at, we'll find out later. 16,000 plus here in this sold-out arena to see the Brilliant Devil, Thomas Walker, your GWA Heavyweight Champion, one-on-one with Kenta Kobashi in the confines of a steel cage. As always, the creature on feature, Senior Sasquatch, calls for the bell, and we are underway. And good or bad news, depending how you look on it, for Thomas Walker, the randomly assigned weapon for this, your main event contest, a chunk of Japanese table. I specified Japanese table because it is thicker and tougher than most American tables you see on your average Monday night back in the day. Oh, Thomas Walker, the Brilliant Devil, cheating their way to the championship in no short order. Look for them to again try to open up Kenta Kobashi with a grievous wound to the forehead delivered by the fork that they somehow sneak into every one of their matches. Kenta Kobashi, tried and true, will be looking to hit that burning lariat, or perhaps, hang on, the burning hammer to put Thomas Walker down and out. Thomas Walker, the Brilliant Devil, has a 450 splash they like to call the devil's in the details to put their opponents away, but also make liberal use of the Ushigoroshi, the knee drop, the neck breaker across the knee. Another big move out of your champion, Thomas Walker, putting on the brakes there. As Kenta Kobashi quickly back to his feet, you can see Walker trying to score a quick pinfall, trying to quickly out-wrestle Kobashi. Nothing doing, no count after no count. That might take more out of the champion than it does challenger. Missing there with the pay dirt as your champion, Brilliant Devil Thomas Walker. As you can see, Kenta Kobashi stalking the man. Another roll-up attempt. Thomas Walker trying to make short work, trying to win on a what you would call a technicality, a flash pin, rather than go toe-to-toe with one of the hardest strikers in the history of the game. Though he didn't count himself quite well there, did your champion Thomas Walker. Able to drop Kobashi in that early strike exchange. But you see now Kobashi starting in on those chops. Good to see those in bunches. We've hit the 5-minute mark, and Kobashi trying to slow things down now. Lots of pin attempts, as we said. A lot of those technical pin attempts out of Thomas Walker in the opening moments here. Trying to catch Kobashi napping. Oh! That pickup chop strike. Viciously delivered. But Thomas Walker right back to work. Nice neck breaker there. Follows it up with a clothesline, does your champion. Beautiful extension on that drop kick. We have said week in and week out, other than a handful of maneuvers or perhaps a slight adjustment in attitude and, not packing the fork into your tights for your matches, with a slight change in attitude, Thomas Walker would have earned this championship under their own merit. That they choose to cheat is very disappointing to both management and the fan base here at the GWA. As you see Kenta Kobashi stomping away on the champion, could be setting him up for a delayed suplex. I thought he might be going brainbuster. I thought he might have been going orange crush. Gets sent into the corner and pulled to the mat quickly by Thomas Walker. Nice work there. Now just trying to separate the shoulder joint and rubbing his elbow into the side of the face and ear canal of Kenta Kobashi there, trying to rupture the eardrum. There's that Ushigoroshi we talked about. Back to the head and neck of Kobashi. Hooks the leg deep on this cover. Gets a 2 count. Back to that delayed suplex goes Kobashi. Slowly building to his more impressive and devastating offense. Nice. Cloverleaf by Kobashi here. Trying to take the legs out from under Thomas Walker. A wise strategy so he can't get up and hit that 450. Beautiful moonsault by Kobashi. Shades of their early career. Before they retired that one, busting it out on special occasions. Nothing more special than an opportunity to be GWA champion. Big brainbuster here. Walker out at 2. Crowd starting to get into this as we pass the 10-minute mark. Kobashi ducks that forearm but does not evade the neck breaker. Now we see the chunk of table coming into play. But Walker swings and misses. Kobashi's got something in mind here. Just got to catch his breath first. Walker fights free. Another beautiful flipping drop kick there from your champion. Oh, getting chopped down to the mat by Kobashi, who drops a big leg. Oh, once again, just battered down to the canvas. Oh. And an exclamation point there from your challenger. Brainbuster might have been aiming for the chunk of table, but who cares? Leveled him with the Brainbuster into the cover! Walker out at 2. Frankensteiner under the table! Drops the elbow into the cover! 2! What a sequence there! What a recovery by your champion! Tries another roll-up. Those are going to get deadlier and deadlier as this match rolls on. Pun intended. These two go back and forth. You can hear the effort Kobashi put into that clothesline, but Thomas Walker with that rolling elbow. Oh God! Sleeper suplex by Kobashi! Dropping Walker on his head and then beating him back down to the canvas. I've never seen the challenger this fired up. Hoists him up. Orange Crush. 1, 2. Walker out at 2. Oh my gosh. What a burning lariat. Into the cover. 1, 2. Walker out again. Go behind by Kobashi. Half and half this time. Just folding Walker inside out. Champion is reeling. Misses a pay dirt attempt. Gets a couple of forearms off. Drop kick by Walker. Got a heck of a mountain to climb to get back into this one. Try to set Kobashi up in the center of the ring. Never count the champion out. Huge burning lariat. Kobashi says, bring it on. Off the ropes goes Walker. Diving European uppercut, but Kobashi pops right back to his feet. Gets caught in a roll-up. Center of the ring. Kobashi just escapes. I thought that might have done it. Oh, jaw jacked. Sends Kobashi into the corner. Burning lariat. And a neck breaker from the champion in response. Again misses with the pay dirt. Oh, vicious chop combo by Kobashi. Looking to put the finishing touches on the champion here. Off the, oh no, wait, what's he doing? Kobashi circling, burning hammer! Burning hammer! But he can't capitalize. Walker back to his feet. Delayed suplex. Walker again rolls through. Again chopped down to the canvas by the challenger who thinks he's got it in the bag, and I would tend to agree. Oh, low blow by Walker. Again missing the pay dirt. That's 3 times in a row. Kobashi going up. Moonsault. 1, 2, 3. Kenta Kobashi is your new GWA Heavyweight Champion of the World. Busting out the moonsault to finish off Thomas Walker. Woohoo! Yeah, 99%. I'll take it. I'm not going to ask what happened to the other percent. I'll take it. 2 title matches, 2 new champions to start the new year. Okay. Oh, I got to add to my text file for next year/month. Boink! New champion. Woohoo! Oh, since we're in behind the scenes stuff, let me get my big dumb face back on screen. There we go. There I is. Okay, so dipped in the middle a little bit. Mostly the tag matches were a little wonky. They're a little harder to get going. I guess that's just how it goes when you run tornado tag matches. Can't really get a story going if there's just action, I guess. But overall, every singles match did great. Yeah, it's just the tag matches that dragged us down. So here's like 100, 92, 91, 99. You know what I'm saying? Anyway. 80 plus is great. We had 15,000 strong. Ba-boom! Kobashi's the new champ. Ba-boom! Adam Page is the new Hall of Fame champ. Heck yeah. Oh, 16.5. Paying 20 bucks a head. It's over 300 grand. Okay. Oh! I don't know who those two are, but we got new AEW tag team champions. Io Shirai is the new NXT Junior champion. New Isom is the new ROH Junior champion. Shuji Ishikawa is the DDT champ. My word. We got a new All Japan Triple Crown champion. Got new Legends champions. Shark Boy and somebody is the new Legends Junior tag team champs. And I still made about $250,000. Okay, let's take a look. Yeah, 16,548 at 20 bucks a head, so that's over 300 grand there. Did pretty well in the t-shirts, towels, snacks. The goods did pretty good. I don't think we sold all of them, but we did okay. And then our expenses. Yeah, we had the one guest wrestler of Keiji Muto coming in. So what's our salaries? 26? That's not bad. I'm trying to get everybody up to at least $1,000 a month because I feel like that's bare minimum. Okay, this is the big point that we've been going with. The annual results. Overall, this year we made almost $1.5 million, and we ended up with about over $1.5 million in assets. So we're starting to get our feet under us for sure. For sure. Overall ranking, 14 out of 16. We're better than Noah and Dragon Gate. Let's take a look at the details of this. So overall, we are number 14. In popularity, we are number 14, and we are rising. In terms of quality of roster, we are number 8. In terms of quality of facilities, where your wrestlers can come and train and get better and not be so subjected to injury as often, number 1 in the world. In terms of assets, 15, yeah. In terms of the prestige of our title belts, dead last. I get that. I get that for sure. Okay. No, I get it. Let's take a look at these charts. Asset transitions. Still low. Let's look at the other ones. Title belts. Yeah, we started down at the bottom and stayed at the bottom. Slowly, we started dead last, or we were 17 out of 7, or 16 out of 17, or perhaps 17 out of 17, but one of the promotions went out of business, and that's how we got to 16 out of 16 the first year. So slowly climbing those ranks. Yeah, popularity and ranking went hand in hand. From the first and second year, our roster is putting out a heck of a buzz. Like between this, yeah, like look at that jump to the middle of the pack in terms of wrestling talent, just like that. In terms of our gym, just crushing it. Could not have gone better. We had the worst, between the first and second years, we have the best facilities in the land. That's awesome. That's awesome. We're growing slowly but surely. Let's keep up the momentum. Ready to get back to work? Yes, please. Now let's see what happens in January here. Let's check this out real quick before we sign off for the day. I'm going to do a little maintenance. Check everybody's. Woo! We ranked 14th place. Let's set our sights even higher than last year. Of course. The network has given us an offer to broadcast our product. It starts when our current contract expires. Let's take a look at this new broadcast offer if we accept or decline it. National must maintain an audience turnout of 1,000 people or more. That would mean that for 2 years, I wouldn't be able to go outside of America because there's no way I can get 1,000 people to show up. Maybe. We'll see if I start giving away stuff. Let's do it. I don't know how much longer we have in our current contract, though. That'll give us 300 grand a month, national coverage. So I think we have to start converting our monthly shows like we just did 2 of to pay-per-views, and then I got to figure out a way to book TV in the middle. Let's do it. Let's do it. Our towels are super soft to the touch. Housewives love them. Cool. So that means more towel sales next time. We're under contract to these 2. Let's do Lit Cola. 80 grand a month. Oh, we got to go 60 or higher? Let's do that. We can do that. No problem. Contract with Lit Cola. Anybody else? All the others are tiny, tiny. 2 years, Sand Travel or Masquero Dorada. Production of masks will be cut. Cost of training expeditions cut. Average has to be 50. Average has got to be 60. It already has to be one or the other. Let's just do that then. It also matters what order you do these in. Okay. Yep. Got a year left on that. A couple years left on those. Okay. Let's now check. Oh, hang on. Records and help. Nope. Management. Broadcast contracts. Our current contract has 6 more months where we get $3 grand a month. Can't fire 2 people. No problem. Next one ticks in for 2 years. Have to have at least 1,000 people. 300 grand. 100% increase. That's amazing. Merchandise, how'd we do? Not too shabby. I'll keep these. Goods and branded snacks we blew out. Sounds good. Let's do our maintenance real quick. Okay. Boing, boing, boing. Get all this out of the way. This helps keep our wrestlers in good shape. This helps keep them improving their like match quality and stuff like that. Let's check our wrestler stats. How's everybody feeling? Oh, who's poor? Paige is, yeah, after that, feeling pretty poorly. Okada's feeling pretty poorly. Bullock's feeling pretty poorly. Thomas Walker, El Tejano, Dragon Rojo Jr. Okay, guys, I might give them January off, but we'll think about that next time. Okay, let me save this. But I wanted to do one last chance. There we go. Let's take a look at the year-end events from all of our major competitors. Starting with the WWE. What did they run? Let's take a look at this. I'm just basically skimming these for best match and how many people are in attendance and overall audience enjoyment. So they ran an overall audience card of 72 and they filled a 15,000 seat arena. And the best match so far is Humberto Carrillo Otis. See if they get good beat. Yes, Babatunde Tamina tore the house down. Heck yeah. Dijakovic and Apollo Crews also tore the house down. Not too shabby. Kofi Kingston, Bobby Lashley. That's a real thing that happened not too long ago. Fun when that works out that way. Okay, 10,000 seater for New Japan. Less enjoyment than the WWE show. 69. You need at least an 80 to really send the fans home happy. So Leo Rush, Clark Connors put on the best match I can see so far. Oh, there we go. Evil and Tama versus Goto and Mikey Nichols. 92%. There's your best match of the card. AEW put on Jack Evans Santana, open up strong, also selling out a 15,000 seater. Shug D, Pineapple Pete, and Chris Jericho did not do well. Awesome Kong Butcher did okay. Seidel MGF did okay. That's the most I can say until the main event when we had new tag teams crowned. Cage and Cash. So that's Cash Wheeler and Brian Cage are the new tag team champions, I believe. All right, NXT putting on a... Again, what are you booking a 40,000 seat arena for if you're only putting in a quarter of that? Just book a 10,000 seater. Wild. Wild stuff. I mean, like, you need 4 times as many people to see the 5-star classic between Vanessa Bourne and Nina Samuels. That apparently took place. All right, everybody's got their own style and stuff too. Only 1,000 for CMLL. That's too bad. Magia Blanca versus Luciferno. Perfect. Caristico versus Graco is pretty good as well. Oh, Volador Jr. versus Limpico. 2-5. Oh my gosh. Misterioso Jr. versus Universo dos Mils, perhaps. So some real good matches on here for 1,000 people. They put on an 11-match card in front of 1,000 people. CMLL definitely needs to start moving up to bigger venues. Okay, this one is always fun because if you look there, Drew Parker versus Hollywood Hogan. Hollywood Hogan was signed to Big Japan months ago and has been stinking up the joint since. It's awesome. All right, yeah. Not great shows, but they're still putting in about 3,500 people. AAA putting on a decent show, 1,500. Not a big crowd, though, but only 5 matches. What do we got here? Brody King, Josh Woods. That'd be a banger. 5,000 for Ring of Honor. Put on a pretty good, 5-match show. Endo versus, yeah, that's like, those are your 2 top guys in DDT, and they opened the show for a 5-star. Lilyko versus Takanashi. Okay. What else we got? Again, they booked a 30,000 seat arena and almost half filled it. Kazuki Hirata versus Rekka. No way that would have been that high, but that's okay. Billy Kid, Takayoshi, so far so good. Oh yeah, they signed RVD and he's not been doing well in All Japan either. Yeah, not a great show, but they sold the place out. Also not a great show. Also sold out a 3,500 seater. Rosemary and Havoc tearing things down to start this sucker. 25,000 strong for this Impact card. Good for them. Rich Swann Ace Austin was okay. Trey Miguel versus Caleb Connolly stole the show. And then Eddie Edwards Hernandez in your main event. Put on a pretty good one. Meanwhile, here we have 3,500 for Noah. Go Shiozaki Hayata stealing things. Yup. Stealing the card there. Game Changer Wrestling only had enough to put on a 3-match show here. Not that great. 1,300 people. Did they lose anybody? No, they still have 11. So we're closing in on having as much asset-wise as the Legends promotion and GCW. Wait to look at the roster of this Legends promotion is ridiculous. So we got 8,000 and a 10,000 seater. Takeshi Morishima versus Doug Furness for 99% is halfway through your show. Kentaro Shiga and Rusho Kimura in a draw is your second best match on the show until the main event. Probably Davey Richards and Shark Boy beating Kagetsu and Donovan Morgan for the junior tag team titles. That's my guess at any rate. Okay, let me check some personal advice really quick. Drew wants more money. No problem. Let's have a little consultation with Drew and see how they feel about a raise. Tiny raise for you. How's that? All right, anybody else making less than $1,000? There you go, buddy. Here you go. Now you're making over $1,000. That's all I wanted to do. Okay, that is going to do it for everything I'm doing with this time around. We're going to pick this up in January of year 3 next week, as we normally do, but let me hit this fancified button so I can put my big old face on screen and thank everybody for watching, no matter where when you happen to be. Wishing you all chill vibes and clear skies. If you find yourself in possession of a plethora of positive energy, please share it if you can spare it. And don't forget about your old pal, the Silent G, Rad Gnarly, saying so long for now. We will be back at 2 p.m. Eastern on Friday afternoon to continue our tour of the Cloud City of Columbia in BioShock Infinite. Until then, TTFN, let's find somebody to spread a little love to on our way out. Dadawa. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Oh, there we go. There's a wrestling podcast that we follow that is currently airing, so let's go ahead there. On our way out from GWA. And, Staz, I'm going to check out that Twitch highlight privately, off air. Thanks very much for posting it in my chat. I just noticed it here. I still have it up. I can check it out on my own. All right, thanks very much, everybody. Ta-ta for now.